Okay, there we go. You got it.
Wait, so we're live?
Yeah, we're live.
Dope. Okay. That goes in the story.
Are we?
I took so many videos just to get that one clip.
We're live.
I'm still waiting over here.
10
10 seconds. Oh, we're good. Okay, yeah, I guess
Okay.
yes.
So now we're live. We have a public service announcement to make. We are starting. Aiden, you want to announce it?
Yeah, we're starting the PPL
PPL.
taxi service with force.
We are aggressively starting the PPL taxi service.
I know
because
nothing about this.
Well, Sam, why don't you explain?
As of late, we've had many people who are like, hey, can we come on the podcast? And so we're like, yeah, you should come on the podcast. Can you do this day? And they're like, yeah. And then they can't do that day. And so Aiden has volunteered himself to drive all around the city, picking up anybody who wants to come on the podcast, or, anybody that we, want to come on the podcast, and driving them over here. And,
But here's the catch. We pick the day, and you don't have a choice.
well, it's after 5 times of you canceling on us, then we pick the day.
We're getting to that point, Eric.
Yeah, so that's the threshold now. Five cancels, and we're picking the day.
Maybe the prerequisite to be a guest is you have to be able to drive yourself.
Or get picked up by Aiden. Or be willing to be illegally picked up by Aiden.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't say that.
I can say that. Okay, so I mean legally picked up by Aiden.
Yeah, being the first guy that can drive in your friend group is always... It's like, it's cool because you're like, yeah, I can drive people around, but it's also like, I have to drive everyone around.
Right.
Like,
They'll ask
I
you.
wasn't that guy.
Hey, want to go to Fritz Fries? I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Why?
My friend Isaiah was the first one in our kind of friend group that could drive. That was my age, right? And that could drive in. He's always like, "Hey, let's go do something." He's like, "I'll be around in 45 minutes when I get everyone else." It's like a loop you'd have to run around.
Yeah.
But bless them. Bless the person that gets their driver's license when they're 15
There's
and
a,
a half.
yeah, there's a special spot in heaven for that person in every friend group.
Yeah, I did not do that. I was like halfway to 17 before I finally do the test. So yeah, I bummed a lot of rides, and I don't feel bad about it. Repay people with rides now, but
Yeah.
man, it's a game changer. Yeah.
Logan was the first guy to drive in our group, and he would refuse to drive anybody. And it made everyone so mad at Lot U.
That's what you just don't say you're the first person to drive. So
No,
you
we
drive
knew.
yourself everywhere.
We set a alarm for
That's
the
his
day he
bad,
can
though.
drive people.
That's his bad. He should have not told you.
No, we knew. We knew he got it because we saw him driving around.
Oh, okay. You found out.
Yeah, in his van.
In his van.
So
He
we
has a van. How did he?
Well,
get
he
a
did
van?
have it. I think it's his parents' car. I think he has his own car now. It's a small little dinky thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like going on a road trip this summer. Me and some friends and his friends and I, and the one guy that got his license when he's 18 because he was too lazy to
Good
do
grammar
driver's ed and
correction
stuff.
there. I'm proud.
Thanks. He's like, "Can I drive?" It's like, "No, you got your license 5 months ago." It's like, "Come on, you've seen me drive." It's like, I saw you go 30 in reverse down a neighborhood road. You're not driving on the. It's like, come on, but I got the van. No.
It's like, how long does a usual driving test take? And it's like, I bet I can complete it in half the time.
Yeah.
In reverse.
Yeah, in reverse.
Yeah, I bet I could do it in reverse and going over 100 the whole time.
Yeah. I'm a train. Go the same way forwards and then backwards. It's so hard to speak with the monitor on. Just here. No. Just keep on. Hold on.
So, what was your experience
we
with
should
the
be
driving
good. You
test?
could come over here.
Yeah. Probably.
The skills test.
So I did I failed my written test the first time, of course, by one question. Then I redid it again, passed, we're good. Did the drive? I showed up to the place, right, and they're like, "Your permit's expired. I can fix that, but have you been driving around lately with this experiment? I'm like, nope, haven't practiced at all.
Dylan's grabbing the guitar right now, and I'm shaking my head at him.
Then
Why, Dylan?
and I was fine, but it was just like
Mm-hmm.
it was like I don't know, a lot of power that guy has at the defensive driving school to be able to reissue new driving permits. Or I guess it was temporary, but it's kind of funny though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After doing the driving test, I was honestly surprised that I passed because I didn't feel like I did good at all. Like I messed up on both parallel parking and backing around a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it was probably just because of how like nervous I was, like anybody else would.
You don't actually need to pass the maneuvers to pass the
Right,
driving test,
Yeah,
You have to intentionally try to fail, I think.
Wow.
or you drive down a wrong way. I know someone that did that. They drove down a
What?
one-way street the wrong way.
That's a big dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even like they tell you where to go too.
Shout
I
out
don't
to my
know.
mom who failed her driving test like 6 times.
Really?
In England,
I guess it must
though.
be the driving school.
In
too.
England. No, I
Oh.
think
The
yeah,
high
she
standard.
could pass.
She
I
just
think
kept driving on the right side of the road.
yeah. No, in England they're ridiculous with the driving stuff. Like, my dad was super hard on me when we first started driving because at his driving school, it was like, I mean, first of all, he probably got taught by nuns because there's an excess of nuns. Like, I don't know, it's hard to export that kind of goods. But like, you have to keep your hands.
Wait, hold on. You're exporting nuns? What?
Well, yeah, you know, if you have an excess of something, you usually trade it with a different country so you can get a different, like, good. But, like, no one wants our nuns. So
Oh,
we just
okay.
have so many nuns just lying
Yeah,
about.
Just,
Um,
I see that.
Anyway, and so, yeah, you're supposed to have both hands on the wheel at all times. Can you imagine how difficult that is?
Don't they do a lot of manual too in England?
Yeah.
So then, just like
Elbow.
your tongue? Or,
No. In you're supposed to have hands on the wheel at all times, like when you can. Obviously, I guess if you're changing gears, it's different. But like, I'm not sure about manual cars, but with automatic, I know. Even for reversing, hands on the wheel at all times. And you look back, which is dumb, cause like it doesn't matter if you have your hands on the wheel if you can't see where you're driving. Like, that's ridiculous. And anyway, so I would like let my wheel slide through my hands, which is a big no-no, immediate fail in England.
Is
and
it
my,
really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And like if you take one hand off the wheel when you're not supposed to, it's an immediate fail. And that's how my mom failed her test so many times. And so I would let that wheel slide through my hands, you know, because that's a normal thing to do. But in England, you're supposed to do like this
Yeah.
thing where like you just feed it through your hands and like it's like that takes so much time, and the turn is like you know, it's almost safer to just let it slide through your hands.
yeah.
It's like,
'Cause-
it's like hard over, and you're like, a little bit.
yeah.
Can't
Anyway.
drive.
So Dylan's taking his driving test this afternoon. That's why we started so early, because Dylan has to leave. So
2:30. Wish me luck.
we should have just silent prayer to Dylan
Yeah.
for later today.
Man, there are some good driving stories. I don't know. I attract embarrassing stories, definitely. They just come to me. Or maybe it's the way I interpret everything that happens to me.
Well, it's the way you interpret situations, because Dylan just finds everything embarrassing, and then because he thinks it's embarrassing, he just makes it worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. I think if I was, I don't know. I don't have like I have a cool head. Like in stressful situations, I can stay calm, but I don't have a not embarrassed head. If that makes sense. Like, if something's embarrassing, I find it very difficult to like pretend like I'm not embarrassed. But if something's like terrifying, I'm fine. You know, like I can be like, it's whatever. Like driving 50 on the road towards your house. It's like it's a thin road and there are so many cars and it freaks me out a bit, but I'm cool about it. I don't know.
Do you know about the hand signals? This.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Left,
I didn't know about that.
right,
You do your test,
stop.
like, hey, can you do stop for me? Like,
Yeah. Luckily, somebody told me 10 minutes before.
Nice.
About it all, and I just sat there repeating it in my head.
It makes sense, just because that's left because you're pointing
And then
left.
right is up because
That's
you
right
can't point right.
because you can't point right.
And
It's
a
the
right
closest
angle.
thing.
Yeah.
And then,
I didn't think about
but they had to do. They were like, "Oh shoot, we forgot stop," and they were like, "Well, means stop, right?" And they were like, "But that's right." And it's like, can't we change right? No. So, okay.
But
So
then
they
like it's
just
weird because
flipped
like
it upside down.
stop is like up with a fist for a lot of other stuff, like hold.
That's
or
true.
stop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, socialism. Did you know that?
Stop.
And,
That's the yeah. Stop. It's like yeah. Just end socialism. Socialism isn't that bad.
Stop.
Okay, so back to Dylan's. So you mentioned that you had a lot of driving stories, and then you mentioned that you were just like you had a lot of embarrassing stories. Are these two like correlated? Do you have embarrassing driving stories?
That's a good question.
I don't know why you would have brought that up otherwise. Just
I mean, I can. It's all about the way you phrase things, right?
right.
So most of the stories I tell could be told in a way where they're not embarrassing at all, or where they really amount to nothing. But the way you tell the story.
Just tell the story.
Okay. So it was a regular day. I was driving regularly, and I pulled out too fast and almost got hit.
Same as
The
Sam.
end.
Sam almost pulled in front of a truck.
I did not
On a-
almost pull in
going
front of the
60.
truck.
You're retarded.
So
We were turning left, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the back seat, and I don't know.
we have a great driving instructor.
And so we
Shout out to Mr. Lund,
Yeah,
our amazing
please come on.
driving instructor.
So Sam, we're going right, and then Sam turns into the left turny thingy.
Go
to
donate,
turn left.
everyone go donate to Mr. Lund's Patreon.
So we're turning, and so normally
we're going
which
on
makes
a
sense.
highway. There's I think
Well,
there's
yeah.
a left turning lane in the middle of the
$1
highway, so
tier for pics.
turn over.
And so normally when you turn,
Share
you wait
the
for
link
the
on
person
Instagram.
coming at you to pass you, and then you turn. But in Sam's mind, you start turning before.
No, that's a
they
normal
come.
thing because you're not going to hit them if you start turning like right before
Right.
they.
Anyway,
pass
so
by.
he starts going, and although right, that's true, he almost pulls in front of this truck that's going 60. Lund literally almost has just an aneurysm on the spot. And
You're big stupid.
so Mr. Lund's
And I
yelling
didn't.
at Sam.
I
and
wasn't gonna hit the truck though.
So Sam was gonna hit the truck, and Mr. Lund starts freaking out, and so I thought it'd be pretty nice to freak out on Sam too and make him feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's always
what
fun.
happened. That's how Sam nearly killed
Exactly how it happened.
2 innocent people.
Yep, that's, and then one uninnocent person because I'm guilty as hell because of that. And then then we pulled into like I was turning left because we were going to some like cafe or something that we had driven 40 minutes to, and then Mr. Lund just starts screaming at me like, "This is what I almost died to get to."
Oh yeah, it was this little like hood like
It was-
diner.
Spruce Goose Cafe. It's a really nice little cafe that has it's like a
It's
also
a diner.
it's like a diner, but you watch airplanes take off, like the fancy kind, not airliner kind, but like
Nice.
in a nice private planes sort of thing.
Planes are cool. I
Yeah.
like planes. Planes are like top 5 modes of transportation, definitely.
What are your top 5 modes?
I
What are
think
the
it's like
what are
the
other
top one.
4?
Well, trains.
It's the
no.
safest. It is the safest.
Yeah, but it's
the
not the
fastest.
coolest. Trains are dope. Dude.
Trains are cool, but they only can go this way or this way.
Not if they're multi-track drifting.
See? Dude, do you drift on trains? I drift on trains. I put wheels on, like, car wheels on my train so I can drive it in regular style.
Do you guys ever try to derail trains?
Yes.
No, like, so I heard, so when we're all kids, right, you go to train tracks and you put coins on the
Right.
tracks to have them, like, morbidly be deformed.
Yeah, and you just put grenades.
And it's fun. But, like, I always heard that, like, it derails trains when you do that. I don't think That's true.
No.
It's
Yeah, I
just
don't think so.
stupid question, but I'm still
Coin.
curious.
I remember.
If you probably if you just put like a boulder on the road, that might stop it.
Maybe.
But I don't think a penny would.
There was this. I used to live in Hawaii. There was this sugarcane plantation, like historical museum site type thing, right? And like it was like a tour, and it was like old plantation there. And one of the things they talked about was like you'd get like twice a year, like on Christmas and like some other day, like everyone would get like a soda for some. It was like Christmas and your birthday, you get like a soda, and the kids would take the bottle caps and put them on the train rails and run them over, and then like there's a collection of, like all these different toys made out of like random bottle caps. It's kind of cool.
Have you guys ever played chicken?
With a train?
Yeah.
Like the one you stand in front of the train.
You stand in front of the train and then just like jump out
No.
of the way. That's
I've
a
never-
stupid
Those
idea.
poor conductors. I wonder what. They
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Because they're like, I can't stop, and they can't. And I don't know. I don't even know if would conductors bother braking.
They can't.
I mean,
Takes,
they.
like, yeah.
It's kind. Have you seen those videos of cows like walking into the like? in front
Oh
of the train?
no!
Well, you probably have to because it would slow it down enough time for them to like get out of the way, right?
No.
No, because it's like
No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm talking about people.
Yeah.
If there's
No.
a person standing there, you're gonna by slamming on the brakes, you're at least going to slow it down.
Not really. No.
not fast
It
enough.
takes a mile for a train to stop.
It's enough that you probably won't get sued.
That's true. Yeah,
So
that's
they
probably
probably did it
true.
on the brakes.
Yeah, I guess you have to brake for legal liability,
Are there any
right?
train lawyers out there?
Any train lawyers? Shout out to all my train
Wait, but
lawyers.
those poor conductors. Just think about like how much they go through and they see. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, soldiers see stuff, but what about train conductors?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's all electric now, right? There are no such thing as a train conductor. Yeah? Am I wrong?
Soon.
I mean,
Maybe.
I think it's probably all electric. Yeah.
so what do you guys...
Oh, I want to talk about chicken still.
Chicken.
Yeah, you said
Wait,
chicken
Where did that come from?
because you talked about playing chicken on the railroad.
Oh,
Yeah.
chicken.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
not
yeah.
chicken.
What about in front of cars?
Someone brought up the other day, like,
Have you ever
I
jumped
never
in
thought
front of
about
a
this. Am I stupid not thinking about this? They're like, you ever realize that, like the chicken crossing the road to get to the other side's like a double like meaning like suicide joke? I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. What?
It's like, no, I haven't thought about that. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of weird. To get
Yeah.
crosses to get to the other side. Yeah.
That could mean just about anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think most things can mean just about anything if
That
you
was
think
kinda
about them
weird, though.
deeply enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to a song, and the song's called F It Up by Lewis Cole. And he just says fuck a lot in the song. And I was listening to the song, and someone was like, what does this mean? And I was like, well, I think it means like, you know.
Oh, you just thought about it way too much.
Yeah. It means like, I'd rather, instead of living a comfortable, successful life, you know, where I don't try anything or whatever, I'd rather try and fail or something like that. I don't know if it meant that.
Right.
It's just fun to overthink things sometimes.
Yep. If you overthink lyrics while you're writing them, it makes the lyrics like a million times better because then it sounds like there's meaning behind it.
That's probably true.
And then
But,
you go back and
yeah.
you're like, that's not even what I was thinking.
Then
or
again,
what-
the same thing happens if you underthink lyrics.
that's
It
true.
seems like there's meaning in them, you know. Yeah. So, how's saxophone going, Sam?
This is a big jump. Okay.
Hmm?
Saxophone.
That was I can't play saxophone because if you watched the last podcast, you know that I got my wisdom teeth out.
How'd you like that clickbait, by the way? Good clickbait. Sam on laughing gas.
Yeah, Eli got mad at us because it wasn't actually me on laughing gas. We were just talking about my experience on laughing gas.
Yeah. Eli thought that we thought that laughing gas actually had an effect for multiple days, and that Sam was still a little trippy about it.
Which would have been kind of cool.
Which, yeah, I hope laughing gas does do that.
Laughing gas is so much
But,
fun. We talked about it last podcast, though.
Yeah, we did. So, would you ever do nitrous oxide, which is laughing gas, recreationally?
Well, like if I were to do recreational drugs,
No.
Just like in general.
Just in
Like, if I
general,
could.
like if I was like, hey, I got some nitrous oxide. You wanna take a hit?
Depends on the situation. Cause I would totally do it
Church.
for like church.
Yeah.
Before church or during church?
Both.
Cause I probably wouldn't do it before church, but like during church, if it got boring, I'd be like, yeah, let's do some.
Church is fun.
Church of the Nogic. Yeah, it's like a communion. It's like take a hit, Nogic out. There's oxide. I'm mumbling right now.
How does that work
Just pass
logistically?
around.
Like with the proper word for it, Alex, is actually the Eucharist.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know.
reckon me.
You're just being a pretentious Catholic asshole. Anyway, but if that blows my mind how unhygienic that is. Fucking the church with the wine, like everyone's drinking from the same wine thing.
Right, but they at least use the cloth to kind of wipe it off. You've seen that, right?
And how many people actually?
Have you ever?
And how many people are just like they go up like, okay, I'm gonna take a drink. Like this has been like, they're moving it and it's like taking awkwardly long. They're like, oh, just give it back because I've been standing here like slowly tipping it and.
I don't know. It blows my mind. You want to know
Well,
a fun
do people get
church
sick
fact?
off that?
They must do, right? And if they don't, how? How does that
Because maybe they've been
work?
doing it their whole life and they have a good.
Have they
immune
figured it
system.
out? Like his church figured it out? Just how to like, like we save on cups because we use one. Like, it just blows my mind. How? Like I don't get it. How does it make any sense? Doesn't just all the bacteria go there? And what if someone has a cold? And what if?
Yeah, you know how like they take the bread or whatever and they cut it like they don't even cut it, they just tear it apart and they just use their fingers and they kind of
Yeah.
shove it down your throat. It's
Would
like
it probably better? Would it be better to have like just like a table of just like little golden shot glasses,
Like
like the whole?
no, maybe not golden shot glasses,
it's not
but
supposed
like
to be fun.
wax Dixie cups. I don't know.
That's like, I don't know. Dixie cups though, it seems kind of out of place.
Dixie cup seems out of place. Dude, the entire church is like a wax Dixie cup. Like it's, I don't know. I mean, it can only hold. Hold on, I'm gonna stretch this metaphor as far as it can go. The church is like a wax Dixie cup because it can hold liquid, but not for long. And if the liquid is the truth about pedophilia in the Catholic Church, it's gonna come out one day. I mean, if it hasn't already come out.
You tied that back pretty nicely, Dylan.
I think so. It works. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So you told us driving.
Wait, I have one more
story.
church fact.
Okay.
I have one more church fact. I'm sorry.
Fact.
So I'm a what's it called? The people that have sex with the an altar server. That's it. No, I've never had. My priest is actually great. He's cool. I was gonna say I love him, but I was like, that's not.
You should
I
recommend
shouldn't say
this
that.
to him, this podcast, because it's just the most appropriate podcast.
The most unsacrilegious podcast.
Yep.
No, but
That's a new name by the way.
what?
The most unsacrilegious podcast.
The most unsacrilegious. Yeah, that's a good name. Ooh, that's what we should call it.
From now on, yep.
No, I mean just title it.
Oh yeah.
This one. We should call it the most unsacrilegious podcast. I think I'm looking into the camera too. Anyway, church fact. Sorry, I'm being like a spastic maniac.
Did you take your drugs
I
today?
did, but it takes a while for them to kick in. Yeah. So quick church fact. I'm an altar server, which means that I'm like on the altar putting all the stuff out for the priest to have to like prepare the ceremony or something. And so he has the wine, he has the like little bowl of wafers and the Bible and all that kind of stuff and the cloths and napkins and whatever. And we do wash his hands like before he does any of the stuff, but we don't like it's not with soap. He just like there's a bowl and we pour the water on his hand and then he like rinses them so that, you know, the germs get wet. and then once the germs are all wet, he dries them off, and they're like, "Oh, thanks. I don't like being wet," and then it's all good. But if all of the wine isn't drunk.
Yes.
Consumed.
If consumed, if all of the wine isn't consumed, one of the altar servers has to finish it. Because you can't just throw that stuff away. And so there's been times where there hasn't been many people at Mass. There's been like, I don't know, maybe 20 people. And there's a whole bunch of wine left that's just blessed. And then some brave soldier has to come up and be like, it's like 10 p.m. on a Wednesday. Like, and just has to go up and drink like a lot of wine in the morning
Do you say
on
10
a
p.m.?
Sunday.
You think,
10 p.m. on a Wednesday turns.
I meant to say 10 a.m. on a Sunday.
are you sure it's not? It wasn't 10. It was. You sure it wasn't 1:30?
Wine 30.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate those so much. It's wine 30. Might as well have another. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, it's 3 p.m. somewhere. You know,
It's 5.
it's like you still shouldn't be drinking at 3 p.m.
We had in high school when I was building a boat up in the loft, we put a bunch of just random flags up, and one of the flags we just bought cheap flags on Amazon that were just ridiculous, and one of the flags was a 5 p.m. somewhere flag with like a giant like parrot and like palm trees and stuff. He's like hung it up there for a couple weeks, and Nealon's like, "Yeah, you should probably take that down." Like, oh, okay.
It's 5 p.m. somewhere.
I still can't get over the fact that you're just like not even of the legal age or whatever, and you're just having to down wine.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't do it because I don't drink, but
Have you?
have I drunk?
Have you had to?
Have I
Have
had
you-
to drink?
Have you?
Have you been the altar server?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. There's almost always someone else there because I always fuck it up. I always there was this one time where I was at church. There have been 2 bad church stories. The first time was when so I'm supposed to bring the priest his Bible or whatever before he like reads it to the crowd. What do you call
audience.
the audience? Yeah, but that doesn't sound
Churchgoers.
the church people,
must
the
be better.
65-year-old
Students.
women. No, students, I guess. I don't know. We're all students of the Lord. But yeah. And so the signal for me is like he says, "Let us pray," and when he says that, I'm supposed to grab the book and give it to him. And there was this one time where he was like, so after the communion, there's like a pause, a long silence while people are praying or whatever, and then he says, "Let us pray." And so there was already this big silence, and then everyone's kind of like waiting for stuff to happen. Then he's like, "Let us pray," and they're like, "Okay, stuff's gonna happen now." Nothing happens for like 10 seconds. Then he's like, "Okay, let us pray." He says it a bit louder this time. Then I'm like, is something's supposed to be happening, isn't it? And then he turns back and he looks at me, and then he looks at the book, and then he's like, "Give me the book." And so I'm like, "Shh, heck." And I grab the book and I hold it. I'm just like almost on the verge of tears. It's so
How old were you?
embarrassing because I don't know, like 14. Yeah, it's so embarrassing because it's in front of so many people, and it's just like everyone knows it's my screw up, and I don't know. But usually churchgoers are quite kind to me. They say I look like Jesus, so that's
Do you
nice.
wear
Mexican
sandals?
Jesus.
Like.
No, I don't.
Oh. What is the attire? What do you have to wear?
What would Jesus wear now?
What would Jesus wear now? Probably.
I think he'd wear exactly what you're wearing, except with Birks.
That's probably
It's like
true.
flannel, black jeans.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I saw some argument that he'd be not like a punk scene rebel, like something like that one.
He'd definitely have gauges.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it's like Jesus. It's like he gave food to like people like the rebels, like rebelling against the Roman government and all. It's like I don't know. It was a yeah.
Speaking of which, have you noticed how? So this is
Acting.
He was like a microbrewer.
No, I'm just choke on the mic a bit though.
So speaking of like,
No, we did that. We did that. Sorry, we choked down the mic. Or Dylan choked down the mic last time, and it just sounded. You just heard popping the whole time.
Yeah,
That's all you heard.
the People Podcast Live, but bass boosted.
So you know how we dress kids like pirates? You know
Yeah.
those people that went around and raped the Caribbean?
Mhm.
Yes, like. So
Right.
what happens in like 200 years when we're dressing little kids up like Crips?
God, I was
and
gonna
Bloods?
say the other.
Like, think about
Caribbean.
that.
Dressing kids up as what?
Like
Crips and Bloods.
like look at
Oh
these
my
so
God,
cute.
that's so true.
Historical.
That's so true, though. That's definitely gonna happen. Like, cause yeah, the pirates will like the Crips and the Bloods, really, of back then.
Yeah.
Right.
And so in the future, people are gonna be dressing up like gangsters from freaking.
They're gonna wear like costume.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, people dress up like Al Capone and those kind of mobsters, like the people in the 20s.
There's gonna be like those child shows. Of,
think
like,
Al Capone was in
children
the
dressed up
20s.
as Bloods and Crips, and like we must
Yeah,
find
Prohibition era.
the mule or something.
Yeah, they're
like
just gonna make it seem way more kid friendly than it is.
that. Yeah.
They're gonna.
That's what they
capitalize on
do
the
with
Crips and
everything,
Bloods.
though. The mythical they.
Mythical they.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Oh,
history.
it's so good.
As soon as it's history, it's cool.
That's true. Yeah, history
Yeah.
is
And
pretty
like
dope.
when you hear about the Crips and Bloods, it's like,
Mhm.
you don't think, wow, that's cool, and
Yeah.
inspiring, But if you think about, pirates or whatever, you think about all these people from history, these cool
Yeah.
groups.
But all they did
They're
is just
cool.
throw amputated parts at other people.
Yeah, they're not that cool, but like they seem cool, especially when you're a little kid.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that's
so yeah,
interesting.
you can have tons of groups like that.
Mongols of
I was
the sea.
I have a
Mongols at the sea.
history class right now, and one of the things we're talking about was this boat off of like old pirate ship in Cape Cod that they're excavating, and they found like this leg of like a 10-year-old kid on it, like covered, covered in like calcified.
Oh,
Yeah, So, like,
Jesus.
and they knew records of who it was, like, because there was just records about how there was like some like this kid in their pirate crew and stuff, and they're like, oh, this is a kid's
Oh.
shoe and a stocking.
So
Wait,
wait,
so it was
what happened?
So it's like what the kid?
the kid, yeah.
Well, like so everything there is calcified. So there's like a calcium layer starts forming on it. So it's like almost like concrete starts forming on anything that's like metal. So I guess it was against something that was metal, like a cannon or something like that, and it went over and calcified over the shoes and stuff.
Hmm.
And there's like bone fragments and stuff because
What
calcium.
is calcification?
It's like calcium from the water, like combined, like welding. It's essentially molecularly welding itself to other stuff. I don't know. I'm not a chemist,
Oh,
but
I thought you were for a minute.
no. But like,
You look like a chemist.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I knew what it was for like 20 minutes, and then I forgot how it works.
So this kid was just a part of the crew, though? He
yeah, it
just-
was just like part of the pirate crew.
What do you think happened to his leg?
What?
Why did his leg fall off?
Oh
What
no,
happened
it was,
to the
like,
rest of his body?
it was like the whole crew drowned.
Oh.
The ship went down, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was like he's probably pinned somewhere, and like his
Mm.
leg was pinned under whatever it was.
Oh.
Yeah,
And then he like gnawed off
No,
with his teeth.
I think he just
No.
yeah.
Like, what would be the worst way that leg could be there is if he was stuck for days with his leg pinned under
It
something.
was underwater.
Yeah, so he would have been stuck for minutes.
Well, I mean,
Mm.
like if maybe
Or
there was
longer.
something that was still floating, part of it was still floating, because you don't know how long the boat was, still kind
It
of.
went down
there.
fast. It
Mm.
was it wasn't one of those
Yeah, let's-
lingering ones.
Let's skirt around this topic.
Pirates though.
Pirates,
Pirates.
man. Yeah, Somalian pirates.
Okay. So, what do you guys think about dating apps? Given that, we're 16 and we haven't used dating apps.
I think it's
Also,
good for
Alex,
like
you can join in on this.
one night showdowns.
Show up and fight.
Like,
One night standoffs.
I can't think of many times where I've heard, except like farmersonly.com. I feel like that's the only one that actually works for long-term relationships.
Well, you guys are in high school still, so you actually have people around you.
Yeah,
You
that's
have to
true.
Interact with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's good for meeting people, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
No?
They're not that good. I don't know.
Go on Tinder, look for other guys just to hang out with.
I'll see posts and it's just like
I saw a video of that.
me and my boyfriend are just looking for guys to hang out with.
Well, they have an app for that now. It's like Tinder for friends.
Yeah, I want. I
Oh,
want
that sounds nice. That's wholesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Tinder for friends.
Why would they have an age limit on that?
I don't think they do.
There is an app for.
I'm gonna get Tinder for
right
friends.
now. Right now.
Sorry, continue.
There's an app for actually, my brother uses it, but it's like Tinder for teenagers, but it's not supposed to be Tinder, but teenagers use it like it's Tinder.
The Snapchat?
No, it's not Snapchat. It's something else.
Oh.
Here, I'll text my brother. We'll get it like
Those pesky
immediately.
kids always finding something new.
Right. I actually did download a dating app once, and I was using it for a while. Dylan, do you remember which one this is?
Oh yeah.
Aiden, do you remember what this is? I downloaded a dating app.
Oh.
Do you remember what dating app it was? Eli downloaded it too.
Just the name alone is just great.
What was it?
Muzzmatch.
Muzzmatch.
Muzz match.
Oh.
Like Muslims.
Yeah.
Muslim match.
Was there a lot of activity in the area for that?
I don't know about in the area because they just kind of
Didn't they ban you?
they yeah.
They knew.
But they still kept giving me emails about their, like check out our hairy bikers.
Oh yeah, because they would have like match of the week or something like that, like
Match
some
of the
football thing, you know. Yeah, and they would I don't know.
Another
Surprising
fighting.
amount of gay couples. You wouldn't think. Thought. But I don't know. Wasn't that
No.
what you got? Like there was two guys.
Oh yeah, I
that they
thought it
sent
was
you.
that, but I thought that it was two guys dating, but upon further review, I think it's just like pictures of two guys. Cause I might have said that I was a girl. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Oh. Okay.
I know
Eli said Eli was a goat.
Yeah, that's kind of racist, but
That's a little racist, yeah. But that's Eli.
I remember this
you
one
know.
time when I was like 12. I was like, I had my friend's like iPod. I'm like, hey, can I borrow your iPod so I can play a game on it? It's like, sure. I said that, and then I just like,
was he wearing Crocs?
no, I asked him, and I stopped wearing Crocs once I moved here. So only a few years after Crocs.
I started wearing Crocs since I moved here.
But I just like, I started going on dating websites like Farmers Only and like Black People Me and started making accounts on them because I knew his email. He's like, "What are you doing with my iPod?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'm just watching I don't know, some cool video."
It's like Cole, like what's Brandon, right? That's his name.
What?
Brian Cole.
No. Brandon, the guy sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon
Brandon
Cole.
Cole.
And then Cole Spatterful.
What? Are
Just
you...
like Brandon
What?
for everything. Brandon uses Cole's email address.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like I wasn't even. So I sat next to him at the beginning of recording arts when we started the school year, and we were like going onto different like music websites and stuff and looking at the different activities they had or whatever. And I wasn't even looking at Brandon's screen, and Brandon just typed in like Cole's email address down at the bottom, just like Ableton send me emails or something like that. and the thing about it was he wasn't even doing it as if to be like, hey, look, I'm gonna do this funny thing, or like
He just
just
normally
for
does that.
himself.
Yeah.
Like I'm just he knew that
Yeah.
Cole would get these emails. It was just kind of funny.
I mean, maybe Cole's baiting him. Maybe he just has like, oh yeah, this is my email, Brandon. Totally.
That could be it. That's probably it.
So he puts up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used a fake email to sign up for some kind of like math website that we had to do in math.
Mhm.
So we went out to the computer lab,
Mhm.
and we had to sign up for some website. I used Eli's old email that was like, it's like I think it's a spam email, but he used it for his meme account back
Yeah.
in middle school.
Yeah.
It's
What is it?
Bokurasex
Oh yeah.
at gmail.com if anybody wants to just spam it. And What is that? That's like, I think that's Bokura is Japanese for something, like, it means something like I like sex or something like that, and I typed that in as my email for a math something,
Yeah.
and then the teacher calls me up to the front of the class and he's like, or no, because I couldn't remember my password because I put in some weird password.
Oh no.
And then I had to go up to him and ask for it. And he was like, "Are you the one that starts with a B?" And I didn't.
Starts with a
But
B.
this was like a couple weeks later, so I didn't remember what I put in, and I was like,
Could you read out the whole thing?
"Yeah." I asked him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was just like, "I don't think that's my email." I've tried all the different emails, and yeah. Anyway, and I go up there, and he whispers it to me, and then everybody's like, "Oh, what is it?" Bokura sex.
It's funny. I can't find it, but then again, I'm typing it in English pronunciation, so oh well. How do you guys feel about, speaking of dating things, Snapchat? Because that's pretty much a dating app for preteens
How
and
is it a dating app?
teenagers.
I'm confused.
What
Because
what else is there to do on that other than, I mean, like, what use does it have?
Well, I mean, there's group chats. That's one of them. It's also another way of talking to other people. I mean, although it's stupid when you have like iMessage and Instagram, although it's just another social media platform that took off.
the only difference is that it doesn't save the pictures after you send them.
Right. It was initially
And
an app
what
just
would
to
you
send
use-
news, I think.
Yeah, what would you use that for other than nudes?
Just for some reason people just like it.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't
like,
believe that.
Yeah. It's just like, we could just talk, or I could take pictures of my feet throughout the day. Put messages.
Yeah.
You're just walking around like, and it's like, what do I take a picture of them? And like, I don't know. I'm like at school. It's like,
And like, there's
here's a
two,
picture of my random friend and with a message about what we're talking about. It's like, okay.
there's two
Yeah.
kinds of people who use Snapchat. There's the people that are like, that take a picture of themselves and then they get the little the draw tool and they draw over it because they're really insecure. And then there's the other type of people that just enjoy taking pictures of themselves a little too much. Like, I don't know. I think. Do you guys know anyone like that? Don't name them, obviously.
They're
but-
just people who become narcissists because of Snapchat.
Or who use Snapchat to enable their narcissism.
I mean, companies make a lot of money off of it.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
The
Well,
news.
company.
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 A singular
You seen
one.
the ads? The ads on Snapchat are the remote promoted stories. What even are they? They're so bad.
So weird.
I think we
This
didn't we
woman
talk
is-
about this on the first podcast.
I don't know.
I think we talked about this exact same thing.
Probably.
Like, we just led down the same path.
No, I don't.
Hey, I don't think we talked about wisdom teeth enough.
Go on.
We talked about that last podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens? By the way, you've been saying all this stuff like, oh, I can't play saxophone and I can't.
That's it.
Blood explodes. in
Sure,
your
that's
back
it.
of your mouth.
Yeah,
something, and then blood everywhere.
What?
It's not
But
good.
like, what specifically happens? And
It's going to extreme detail. Yeah, gotcha.
I.
So like, if you have say you cut your arm open or something,
No.
and then it kind of starts to heal back up, but it's still sensitive.
Okay.
Right? And then, so it's exactly like that, except in your mouth, where so if you're trying to play saxophone, there's a lot of air pressure, so it just bursts the skin open. That happens when you get high blood pressure too, in the first couple of days. If you like go out for a run or something and you had just got your wisdom teeth out,
Yeah.
the blood clots will like burst out because of the high blood pressure,
Yeah.
and then that is basically guaranteed to get infected at that point because they don't have the special whatever antibiotics.
I
they put on
thought.
it.
I don't know. I thought. I don't know why I thought this, but I thought like your mouth was sterile with yourself. Like, not sterile, obviously not sterile, but like, isn't like spit supposed to be like cleaning or something like that? Like, it's supposed to be almost antibacterial, kind of.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because like you can like lick cuts, and it works as like a antibacterial. Like, it keeps the cut from getting
I
infected.
know there's something to do with like dogs and like Dogs.
Dogs have clean
There's
mouths.
Because like
Like,
whenever
that.
dogs get like cuts or whatever, you know,
Just
they
lick
always
the shit
lick
out
it,
of
you
it.
know, and that's like a natural instinct that dogs
Yeah.
have. So I wonder if I don't know.
I don't know, but it's not sterile enough, so
I recently found
it's not
something out
antibiotic enough.
that was for some reason I don't know why. This is gonna show how ignorant I am. I found out that dogs get periods too.
What?
Mammals. It's a mammal.
Holy shit!
I don't own a
Dylan.
dog.
Oh my god! What? I didn't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I don't own a dog,
Well, like-
and so I just never thought about it.
Cats, you know, they get
I was like,
heated or whatever.
I get.
That's
Well, do
start-
cats
oh,
get
yeah.
They
periods?
like shriek.
I think it's a,
Yeah,
it's a
heat,
mammal.
right?
It's
Yeah,
like-
they
It's
go
a
into
mammal.
They go into heat.
I think it's a mammalian thing. Well,
Dude, a whale on their period. Whoa.
That's not a mammal.
Yeah.
yes, it is. Whales,
Whales
are
are mammals, bro.
Yes,
What?
they are.
What?
How did you not? This is about as stupid as me thinking dogs are. You didn't know whales were a mammal?
Wait, I thought if it
Let's
was-
highlight on this and not my stupidity.
Okay, hold up. So
That's
what's
more
the
known
definition
than
of a
dogs
mammal?
getting periods.
So live birth, warm-blooded, breastfeeds, youth.
Don't they
hair.
have to have a vertebrae as well?
You
No,
don't have
that's
hair.
vertebrates.
Yes,
Never mind.
vertebrates.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
So-
seals and
Okay, I thought
dolphins,
there was
no.
something to do with them having hair.
No,
No?
No, okay.
I always thought that too. I thought like
it's
if mammal then hair.
warm-blooded. They have mammary glands, which is breast milk. Produces breast milk.
Oh, is that where mammals come from?
Okay, and I wouldn't know that whales produce breast milk.
Have you
Wait, whales produce breast milk?
You ever heard about these
No.
whaling stories about like, oh, we saw the mother with her baby suckling on its teat, but we had to go after them because we were running low on oil.
Yo,
We
I
saw
really-
the whale's
Oh my God.
teeth.
There's a passage in Moby Dick about like the beauty of like a mother
Whale
whale
tits.
and her like children.
Oh my. Okay, I need to start drinking some whale breast milk.
That sounds like some supplement stuff. Like
Yeah, someone's
we're the
gonna sell
new
that.
Joe Rogan and we're like selling whale breast
It's like
milk.
50%.
Oh, yeah.
According to, whale
Wonder if
milk can
that's
be-
an aphrodisiac.
Whale milk can be up to 50% pure fat.
I'm assuming you guys. Wow.
What's the other 50%?
Just
Just like those
water.
water,
This is
salt water.
Just salt and fat. Like.
Yeah, I guess
Don't.
it's because it's saying since it's like it's a you know it's a I'm not gonna try to be fancy with that. Since it's fat, right? It's a lipid. It's it'll travel through water better because it won't disperse into the water. 'Cause it's like oil and water.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, that
no,
makes sense.
A whale tit looks like.
No.
Yeah,
Don't
actually.
stop.
I don't know.
Stop wondering that. Just stop. Also, I think someone. I'm gonna go. Well, no, I'm gonna go check if everything's working correctly.
Don't just.
Or I guess
limbo
live
under
birth
his
actually
microphone. Does not need to do that.
is live birth actually the definition because platypi aren't live birthing. They're egg
Well, they're
laying.
exceptions, probably, right?
Yeah, but
'Cause-
they have
'cause won't-
mammary glands. I'm pretty sure. So I think that's platypi are in just yeah.
Because a lot of times, like, they won't fall into a specific category. So.
I
you have
looked
to
up
make it-
So,
I looked up whale breasts, and there's like this hot air balloon that's like the shape of a whale.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he just showed me.
yeah. What is that?
Wait,
I don't know if you can.
It's probably not gonna work, but
Whale tit.
you probably can't see that, can you?
Ye kind of, yeah. Yeah. We get it.
Oh shit.
You can look it up if you need to. Whale
Oh,
tit.
God.
Google search.
That's scary. Is that an actual?
Also, if anyone was wondering, whales have hair.
Nice.
So
So maybe
t-
it does
that
have something to do
doesn't
with
disagree with the mammals having hair thing.
I'm more surprised that this even exists. Like, look at that.
Are you showing him
The-
whale?
The hot air
it's
balloon
the
thing.
whale with like. It's just that.
This is the thing I just showed the webcam.
Yeah.
Look up. What is it? What'd you type in?
whale tit.
Whale tit. And
Oh
then
wow!
On images, it's just.
Don't look
hot air
up whale
balloon.
tit. Actually,
Okay, warm-blooded vertebrae that has to have possesses hair or fur, secretes milk it's for their youth.
So yeah, I was
Typically birth when so.
does it come from the mammary, like the mammary
I mean, I
glands?
think that's where the
mammary
word
glands.
comes from.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Let me look.
Okay. Hey, remember when somebody complained that there was too much dead air when we were looking stuff up?
Yeah.
There are 4 of us now, and like 2 of us are looking stuff up. at
That's
the time.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look at the etymology of this real quick.
Um.
You guys talk while I figure this out.
Yeah. Okay. You know what really helps with the whole
So-
dead air thing?
Just going.
Sorry.
Anyway, so Dylan, you never got to actually embarrassing stories.
Oh yeah. One time in church.
Besides that.
That was
church
long,
story.
but I've got another church embarrassing story because for some reason church is just an embarrassing
Embarrassment.
place. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess because
It's just shame.
well, no, what it is
That's what church is.
it's because you don't. They don't give you a reaction. at church.
No, they
If you
don't.
do something
No, I guess
embarrassing,
that's true,
they're
yeah.
not like they're not just laughing it off or going boo, whatever.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like
Silently judging.
yeah.
Yeah. I
And
don't
no,
know
It's
what.
the worst.
It's when you don't know what they're thinking, you think that they're thinking the worst.
Yeah. I just assume, yeah.
Particularly churchgoers.
One time, I choked on my own saliva
Oh no.
in the middle of church, and it was
I
really.
could just imagine Dylan. the guy's like explaining something. He's doing a prayer, and Dylan's.
It was kind of like that. Yeah, everyone was quiet, and the guy, I think that's what they call him.
The guy.
The
man.
guy.
Bro.
No, the priest, not the pastor.
Wait, sorry. What's the difference again?
Pastor's Protestant, priest is Catholic.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and so the priest was up on the big stair platform thing, the altar, and he was saying some prayer, and then all of a sudden in the background you just hear like just everyone turns their head. I can see them. They think like I'm dying, and then it just like for the next like 10 minutes I have to excuse myself. Like I have to go in the back room because there's like a back room where we change in, and where he never mind.
Can we go a podcast without Dylan making a Catholic joke?
No. And yeah, it was really embarrassing. And someone was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." It's just, God, it's just.
I don't know what
But
it's
it was
called,
funny.
but I used to go to church a lot. And I went.
I
during
think that's called being
Christmas.
religious. Yeah.
No, because let me get to it.
Go on.
So there's this point. I went to a Lutheran church. I don't know if
Lutherans are
that means anything.
the hippest Christians.
So
Disagree.
halfway through, everybody gets up
Changed my mind.
and
Sorry.
they like grab your hand like this, and they're like, "Praise the Lord" or something like that.
Oh, peace be with you.
Yep, peace be with you. And when I was young, as young kids get bored, right? So I bring
Yeah.
my Nintendo DS and I play during the time. And then when that happens, I'm there, and then people kind of gather around you and they'll watch you until you get up and like, peace be with you with them. And I don't know. It's kind of, now that I'm an older, awkward teenager, and they started doing it again,
Mm-hmm.
they'd come up to you, and they're older people, and you want to be nice.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at
yeah.
the same time, it's just
Weird.
It's
You just don't like
yeah.
saying peace be
Like
with
if you don't grow up with it, going to church is
Yeah.
weird.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like, cause I took Sam to my church, and yeah. What did you think of it? As
My-
a person who doesn't ever go to church, really. Your parents are non-religious, right?
Debatable.
Well, non-normal religious. Your
I
dad
think
is
most-
non-religious, right? But
Yeah,
your
my
mom
dad-
is like interesting.
My dad, my parents, my dad and his family, they were raised Christian Scientists,
Yeah.
and then
Whatever the hell that is.
so it's like
Lying
the
to
way I
themselves.
understand it is it's like being normal Christian except no medicine, no modern medicine, because my dad's kind of explained it to me really quickly. I'm not gonna explain it wrong. Never mind. You can look
Okay.
it up if you want to know, because I'm just gonna
Sure. Continue.
mess
though.
it up. But anyway, and my uncle died, he fell out of the back of a truck, broke his head open, and they couldn't save him. And so my parents were kind of like, my dad and his family were just kind of like, oh, God isn't real. Because, you know, if God could do something that bad, then whatever. You know,
That's
that
interesting.
whole thought. And then there was, a lot of spiritual searching in that, like, the next couple of years.
Mm.
And then my dad ended up being atheist, and my mom's got her own thing going.
Just leave it there. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think we should just
I
leave
got
it
the
there.
etymological search for.
Well, we
Mammal.
never
Sure,
heard what
go
your
ahead, let's
experience
hear
was like at church.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you were gonna yeah.
The most interesting part was the singing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, why was it so
'cause
interesting?
I think it might have just been the church that
Everyone
I went
hates it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I want to go to more black churches. I've been to a few, and it's great. It's so
to. 'Cause
fun.
they make music, right?
Yeah, because like they're like praise God, and they're like happy about it. But like
Yes, Lord.
white people are just like
it feels
they're like,
depressing and whiny. I'm sorry, but
it
that's what
does.
it feels like.
It does, and it's like singing's so great. And I mean, if you believe in this guy in the sky, be happy. Like, he's not making you sing, you know? He's
Right.
like, you want to sing for me? Go ahead. That'd be pretty cool. And everyone's like, okay. Like,
Yeah. And then there's always like that one person that's super dedicated and you can hear him over everybody.
yeah.
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 Ridiculous.
Yeah, so that part I didn't like the singing because I was reading the music and it did not correspond with what I was listening to. But other than that, I thought it was like a pleasant experience, mostly just because it was interesting to me, just listening to what they were talking about and the. I don't remember any
Hold
takeaways
on.
from what he was talking about.
Oh, I was going to say, what's it called? Something.
Hallelujah?
No. It's like the homily. That's it. That's that's where he
Okay.
tells the story.
Oh, I don't remember what he told though. I don't know how much I was paying attention during.
It
that.
wasn't that great of a homily.
But-
He's had better homilies. Sometimes he has a really good homily. That's like, wow.
So
That
I went.
applies
I did
to my
like
life.
the part where we like did peace be with you because it was just kind of cool to interact.
Yeah, it is nice.
with
Yeah.
people and
Okay,
People going, hey.
so
just acknowledgement.
I guess this guy's saying that Bokro sex doesn't mean anything unless you say Bokro sex gadodoski. That's probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's-
Wait, hold
what-
on. Let me see that.
It's from a Filthy Frank song. That's where Eli got it.
So okay, etymology of mammals. So Latin mama is breast.
Oh, that was music Cox, by the way.
I don't know.
That's that.
Oh,
Is breast and also with the so that's what I thought.
Wait, so is it correlation?
Yeah, so it's it's Latin mammary gland and mammals come from Latin mama, which is or mamma. There's like two M's. in
Like
between these.
matriarchy type thing.
Yeah, the whole
Cool.
root of just woman,
Just having a mum.
breast. Yeah. Also, I guess mammals have there's a distinctive ear structure of mammals. It's got the 3-bone ear structure. And I was
Knew
talking to Eli. I was responding to him in the chat saying, the hair thing with mammals is that baleen is keratin, and keratin's what's hair and fingernails.
oh,
Baleen. What,
Not
that's
all
that's
whales
their
have baleen,
teeth.
though. Well,
Oh.
some filter-feeding whales have baleen.
Ah.
And
that's how they just like absorb plankton into their.
That's the same stuff
a-
in nails, right?
Yeah, and hair. So,
Dope.
yeah, that's kind of interesting. But not all whales have baleen, though. It's like sperm whales don't have baleen. Yeah. I had some whaling lessons recently, so
Nice. Learned how to be a whale.
learned about some interesting whale stuff.
Nice.
Are there
Interesting
any other
whale
interesting whale stuff besides the fact that whales have breasts and that
I feel
they're
like
mammals?
we all know some whale facts, and that we shouldn't.
So, like,
Thanks, Elizabeth.
spermaceti oil is a liquid when you kill the whale when it's warm. So, like, you kill the whale and you go into its head, and it's just like this giant mass of like semi-clear oil that's everywhere. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
That's where it gets its name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I always thought it was just like some fat they cut off. No, it's like liquid.
Okay. Christian Science. Oh, yeah. Okay. Christian Science is a set of beliefs and practices belonging of the metaphysical family and new religious movements. It was developed in the 19th century, which is how you know it's baloney.
Let's just debunk religions.
Yeah.
This podcast. Nope. Actually, that one's wrong.
But
Scientology, pay to win.
yeah, actually, it's wrong. But so she argued Mary Baker Eddy argued in 1875 in her book Science and Health that sickness is an illusion that can be corrected by prayer alone. I think I see why your dad's side of the family kind of dropped that. That's reasonable.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna step outside because my dad's calling me.
Okay.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to talk about was okay, so I'm really into like language stuff, but not as much like learning individual language, but just talking about languages and how they work. So a lot of etymological, like where do these words come from? How are they?
Yeah.
And so I heard this thing the other day about how where gossip comes from, and the idea was that when someone was having a baby, gossip was the spreading of, oh, the baby's gonna be born, come over, and it's kind of interesting because it like, if you look at it like from a journalist perspective, so like gossip is it's like good spiel. So spiel is play. It's like just kind of interesting. I don't know, but it's like play, but it's also story.
So it's just
That's why it's
okay.
gossip.
Yeah,
Just interesting stuff to hear about.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just it came from like all the women like, oh, she's in labor, come on over, like all that.
I mean, yeah, gossip hasn't changed much since then. We've just gone further back down the line, right? So, right back then, it was just gossip was, she's about to have a baby, but then gossip changed to, oh, she will probably have a baby soon, and then gossip, it was like, oh, she has a husband now, so she's gonna have a baby. Now gossip's, like, oh, I think they just had sex, and then, so it's just going further down the line.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
But it's the same concept as now.
So, this may not be the best topic, but why do you guys think sex has become such a big deal? I know religion kind of takes part of it.
Hold up.
Let's not.
Wait, why is
I'm gonna make an executive decision and say nope. Cool. What were
Why
you
does it become a
how the
big
hell
deal?
did you get to that?
Wait, what does that mean? How does it become a big deal?
Like,
Let's
how-
not.
Is it not
Let's
a
not.
big deal?
So we were talking about gossip, and then
Oh,
Sam was
yeah,
talking
okay.
about how like, oh, she's gonna have a baby, and then it turns
Oh, you
to,
mean like
Gossip
why do
started
people
with
care?
Everyone
yeah, why
goes
is it
around
such a big
saying,
deal?
oh,
if it's like
she's in
something we're
labor,
supposed to
come
do,
on,
like born
Oh, yeah,
smash
yeah.
going
stuff.
around through the town. That's where the word comes from.
Right.
And it's such a big deal that we can't even talk about it now.
Wait. So So where does the word come from?
So,
She's in late. What?
Gossip originally.
Wait, no, we just
Oh,
you
we
can
just-
you can
Okay,
watch the
I'll just
podcast,
watch it back.
though.
I'll just watch it back.
Yeah, we're just
Um,
gonna explain everything
yeah.
twice.
Yeah, for a
So
stupid.
if you didn't know about Baleen, we're gonna talk about that one again.
Okay, so the app, I know this is kind of off topic, but for the Tinder for like teenagers, it's called a Yubo, or Yubbo, or Yubo.
Yubbo.
So what is that? Why?
So it's what it is.
YUBO.
And he found that by texting his brother on Snapchat.
By the way,
Are you sure it's not you boo?
Yubo. Well, so apparently it's just like a dating app, but for teenagers. So it's not supposed to be dating app, but it is. Or
It
you
just sounds like pedophile central.
Oh,
I
That's
guess.
I have
probably
a
why they
topic.
don't market it towards teens, right? Or that's why they don't market it towards dating. Probably.
Yeah, it is. It says teens, and it says,
Eli just sent me a picture of Bucharest's inbox. It's just pictures, or it's just emails from my science teacher.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Yeah, didn't you use that to sign up with Skyward or something?
with Edmodo.
With Edmodo, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Yubbo. Meet people nearby. Yubbo is we're sponsored, by the way. Yubbo is a social app to meet friends and have fun with them. Friendship is going to the next level. It's like being in a party and meeting cool people. Number 1, swipe, meet new people and new
So,
you
yeah, it's
by
just-
swiping
it's just
right.
indifferent.
Swipe left to pass. 101 chat. Chat online and it's dumb.
Great.
It's-
That was fast.
Actually, I shouldn't. I was gonna say I'll install it right now. See what happens. But
I
no.
just installed it
Uh,
before reading the description. I
let's see if
mean,
he's active in the area.
Last podcast, it was kind of fun. We talked about Dylan's cat sitting.
Yep.
Dylan's just cat sitting for some neighbors because
Okay.
they're gone. And
Interesting.
so how are the cats doing, Dylan? Last time
Um,
we left off, you couldn't find one of them, right?
yes, one of them was missing. And I don't remember, when was the last time we did a podcast? It was Saturday last week.
This was, I think yeah, I think so. Yeah, last Saturday.
Was it Saturday? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you accidentally made some racist remarks to the lady that you're cat sitting for.
Did I? I feel like I specifically said that I wouldn't make racist remarks.
But you said you spelled a word wrong, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I was worried if that's like, if that could be perceived as racist. Yeah, I said, no problem. And like, it's like, I'm not making fun of
Accent
your
use
accent.
not.
I just suck at spelling. Maybe
Okay,
it's a
anyway, so how are the
subconscious
cats
thing. The cat is doing well.
Wait, okay, did you find the other one?
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, the cat's doing well.
Wait, okay,
he's
I'm
really
sorry, we
fluffy.
can't just stop here. Did you find the other cat or not?
Oh no.
No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I found the cat. Yeah, I found the cat. But, jeez, that was plosives. But, with a soft B. I think it shat blood. But I was wondering if, I mean, it's a female cat. So I'm like,
So it was neutered?
Wait, do cats have periods?
wait,
Yes.
We just talked about it.
I'm kidding.
so,
Yes. It. Well.
what do you, but yeah, if cats are neutered, do they have periods?
Spay, I think.
Spade, I guess.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah,
Then they
spade.
don't. I don't.
Snip, snip.
Then they
No,
don't?
I think.
So did you
I've never had
tell?
cats.
Did you tell the lady that you found a bunch of cat blood and you weren't sure if it was because the cat was on?
No, I didn't.
That's a good thing to tell them.
I was like, if it happens again, I'll tell her. But for now, they're in Japan. They're having a nice time. You know?
Right.
I don't want to ruin their holiday with being like, hey, by the way, your cat's bleeding under my watch. So, don't.
Out of
Under
its
your
butt.
watch would be the scariest part. So if they're comfortable leaving you with their cats, then they probably don't really care.
That's a good point. Or they don't know me that well. No, I'm doing it. I'm doing a pretty good job. Just because I feel like I've tarnished my reputation enough. I'm a pretty damn good pet sitter. You underestimate my pet sitting abilities.
Well, I don't know if I underestimate them, but I estimated them based on you telling me that one of them was missing.
Yeah, no, I almost immediately found that one. I just like making things seem worse than they are because it's amusing.
Nice.
And it goes with my character. I mean, it does.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good pet sitter. I used to look after this dog named Bella, who was this lab that's. Is it blonde? Are they called?
Yellow lab
Yellow
usually.
lab.
No, but it was like light
Golden.
yellow. It
Yeah,
was like
you can say I guess blonde. Some people might say that. Usually people say brown, black, and chocolate labs though, or how they refer to labs.
brown. Well, it was like
Or
like a
yellow.
gold. It was like golden, but it was like more white than golden. Like it was like a hint of
So
golden.
you're babysitting
Like
this
white
dog
golden.
named Bella.
Anyway, yeah. Babysitting this lab named Bella, and pretty sure her name was Bella. She'd get offended. Anyway, yeah, she was great, and I would take care of her, but it was too much of a commitment because I don't know. It's like I had to go over there at like this was over the summer, and I had to go over there at like 2 every day, and also 10 or something like that for like 15 minutes, and
And that was a commitment?
well,
Do you?
Yeah.
How's your relationships?
Have you
going?
ever tried to do something at 2 and 10 every single day? I
Right,
had to
yeah,
be
you
home
have to.
for 2 and 10, which meant I couldn't do anything from like at 2 and 10. But it was really
It's like
really
yeah,
annoying.
right in the middle of the day.
It is, and it's like, okay, after 10, the time between 10 and 2 is like not really. I mean, it's enough
I know.
time to almost do
Sure,
something,
sure. Yeah.
but not really. So
Yeah.
it was really annoying.
Make sure it wasn't. I mean, there's like a. There's like normally yellow, black, and brown labs are the main ones. There's also like silver labs.
Maybe it was. It wasn't a silver lab. No, it wasn't like gray. It was just like yellow. It was like that middle one.
Yeah, it's a yellow lab. That one there.
No, down.
Okay, now we're just looking
That's
stuff
a-
up.
that's
This
yellow
is
lab.
stupid. We can't talk about dogs and then not show them. That's probably someone texting me to tell me the podcast is bad. Kinda.
Dylan, you have another story, right?
Of what?
Phone story.
Oh yeah. Well, that's stupid. So
Okay, then let's not share it.
it's all right.
Okay.
So yesterday, I was actually 2 days ago, I was this. I actually just figured out a way to relate this back to a larger conversation topic.
Do it. Don't
But,
show. Don't tell.
Okay. And so 2 days ago, I was on my phone, whatever, using it because it's a phone, and I'm a teenager who lives in 2019.
Dylan, how long does it take for your meds to kick in?
That's the secret.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they're making it worse. Honestly,
I'm making it worse by asking you how long your meds take.
yeah.
We
Now
got
I'm
some more
thinking about
whale facts.
it. Wait. That's how you know a podcast is stale. Hey, you guys want to hear whale facts? No. But so the other day, I was on my phone, and then I was texting, and I have the haptic feedback on my phone because I like it, and it feels like, I don't know, I like pressing buttons, and when I'm on phones, I don't like the fact that it doesn't. Some phones don't have like the vibrating when you click a button.
Right.
I don't know. It just feels weird for me. So I like having the keyboard vibrate. Then I was texting someone, and the keyboard just stopped vibrating, and I was like, why isn't it going? And it just felt so weird. Like I don't know. It was like I was hitting the screen and nothing was happening, even though stuff was happening on the screen. I don't know. And then that kept up for I was like, oh, my phone vibrator is broken. And I was like, And so I started like looking at my bank, and I was like, oh my God, how much is this going to cost to fix this? Because I don't know. I couldn't have a phone without a vibrator in it because it was like, I have my phone off for most of the day, and it's on vibrate, and so I just wouldn't get any of the texts. And so I was looking at prices, and I was trying to get money, and I was like asking. I was telling my dad. He was disappointed. He was like, "How did you break it this time?" Then an app on my phone was acting up, so I was like, "Okay, I'll restart my phone," and it immediately started working again.
Is that the story?
So I realized this. I hadn't shut down my phone in maybe a month.
Should we start peer reviewing these stories?
Probably. But that means that my phone has been on for a month straight almost. Because I'm on my phone quite a bit. And like the only reason it really shuts down is either the battery runs out or like I shut it down personally, and I haven't let it get to the point where the battery runs out. And it doesn't have a great battery. But I don't know.
Okay.
That was a bad story.
So,
We should stop peer reviewing these stories.
So some whales, like blue whales, can drink 100 pounds. 100, I think it's pounds, like 150 gallons, which is 100 pounds of milk a day.
That's a lot of milk.
Yeah, and supposedly it's kind of like toothpaste consistency. That's a lot of toothpaste. You know that 100 pounds, 150 gallons of toothpaste.
That's just. That's so
It's just like taking a tube of toothpaste that with like
Oh.
kind of a rancid taste and just
They can consume 10% of their body weight per day in just milk. That's like
Don't call that milk. That's not milk. That's whale tit toothpaste.
Honestly, I'm still down to try some.
It's
that's
like
what I was trying to figure out if you could
if
buy
it's the
any.
consistency of toothpaste.
I've never eaten anything the consistency of toothpaste before.
You ever had
Actually,
you ever
me
eaten
neither,
toothpaste
no.
before?
I don't actually. Sometimes I'll swallow a little bit of toothpaste and then get a stomach ache. You know, but
You get a
about the
stomach ache
closest
from
thing.
that?
Like, if you swallow too much, then you're just like,
It's so gross.
How much
just
do you
so-
swallow?
don't know.
This isn't whale milk, Sam. You don't need to swallow like 100 gallons.
How many people swallow their toothpaste instead of spitting it out?
Dude, those are people that live on the edge.
Those are
Okay,
Australians.
So for the taste
Australians,
of whale
yeah.
milk, tastes like a mixture of fish liver, milk and magnesia, and castor oil. You know, we could get all three of those and start mixing them up.
We get-
Oh
yeah, we just
God,
mix it up.
a mix. Sorry, you said a mixture of.
It supposedly it tastes like a mixture of fish liver, milk and magnesia, and castor oil.
okay, can we get like a more like?
That's
dumbed-down
so
version of what
disgusting.
tastes like?
That sounds like one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard in my entire life.
I wonder what it smells like.
Probably a mixture of fish liver, milk of magnesia, and castor oil. If I'm to be honest.
God, this is really oddly specific.
So
Oh,
milk and magnesia
uh,
is you use it for like high stomach acid, right?
Yeah.
And
It's like magnesium.
Yeah, it's magnesium hydroxide.
Magnesium hydroxide.
And then what does
Try
castor oil taste like? What is the only reference I know of castor oil is from a camp song and about Mary's little lamb pooping everywhere.
Isn't it used as like lighter fluid?
It's a vegetable oil pressed from castor beans.
Castor beans.
That's so cool.
So okay, that's cool, I guess.
Sick to my stomach.
Just bean juice. Bean juice.
It's like a really
Magnesium.
bean juice, magnesium. No, bean juice, metal, and
Fish liver.
and fish liver.
Actually, you know mochi?
Yeah.
That I think that's
Bean juice,
No,
Yeah.
that's
fish liver.
like
they're
the-
filled with. There's mochi that's filled with fermented beans, but mochi
Yeah.
itself is rice based.
Well, yeah, but like
Good.
with the consistency, like I'm trying to relate to what
The
that be like.
toothpaste. I think
mochi
like
and toothpaste flavored mochi.
What are we?
I've had
I-
mint flavored
Are there
mochi.
any toothpaste flavored? That's just mint. Never mind.
Well, no, because you know the Jellybeans.
The Jellybeans.
Those horrific
Brick
people
peas.
over there at freaking Jelly Belly, and they'll
The
create like
masochists.
disgusting
Them.
flavors.
Oh, I love those things.
Vomit,
Wow, how do they?
dog food, grass,
How do they?
worm, eggshell, dirt.
Oh.
Eggshell, not even eggs, eggshell.
Even eggs would be bad though.
Yeah.
But like,
Don't they have
egg-
rotten eggs as one of the flavors?
Yeah.
I think they do. Yeah.
Huh.
How do they know how they taste?
They've got some psychopaths over there. They've got them in a little cage.
Like
and they're
seriously, like rotten egg flavor. Like okay, rotten egg. I believe that actually. I believe because someone must have accidentally eaten.
And there's
rotten
like
eggs, right?
Chinese like 1,000-year-old eggs, century egg things. So
Yeah, keep them on the ground though.
yeah, so they're probably
Right.
just basing off of
Yeah.
that's my guess
Chinese ferment stuff a long time.
But how do they like acquire
Koreans,
the
as well.
flavor? How do they do that?
Oh, well,
Science, man.
yeah, that's an interesting thing in itself. Maybe we'll talk about that next. I'll write it down for next
Research.
podcast. That's an interesting thing. I'll do some research on how do chemists.
How does Jelly Belly acquire these horrific tastes?
Jelly Belly
Um,
acquire these horrific tastes?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's interesting.
who are the people that are trying this and like there's somebody there trying it until they're like, okay, that's dog food. I can taste the dog food.
yeah. But like, or maybe it's like a movie
Boogers.
thing.
Oh, there's one with there's boogers.
Yeah. Just disgusting. But
It's horrible.
But and then do you think they like lined up different boogers so that like different people's boogers so they could find like an
okay,
average
stop.
taste?
This is getting off the rails. Yeah.
oh my
Jeez.
god.
So Alex, at school, do you
That's
like
disgusting.
do you have a lot of work that you need to do? Do you have like a high workload?
Yeah.
Is it a lot of it homework?
Right now from history class, I have a good amount of homework.
How do you manage your time? to get your homework done?
I just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping progress the conversation. in
I
an
just do it,
interesting
and then
way.
I'm like, cool, my homework's done. Now I can do other stuff, and then I'm tired, and I go to sleep. School's hard right now.
That's
I
another.
wonder how much those guys get paid to taste that.
I got tasted the whale milk for the first time.
Oh, it's some like
It's
tribesman,
the same guy.
some Native American, or no?
The
Ice
whale.
Spider.
They're trying to get. I think there's a bill going through trying to let some tribe give them rights to hunt gray whales again.
Yeah, I believe that got passed.
I don't know. I just saw it.
I'm probably completely wrong though. So.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, but there are two kinds of people. Again, going back to this. And when I say there are two kinds of people, I mean
There's people that drink milk. There's people that drink whale's milk.
Yeah. No, but God, I hate when people use that phrase incorrectly. Like I probably do too much. Like when people are like, "There's two kinds of people. There's people that fought in their hand and smell it, and then there's people that are lying." And I'm like, it's like what? No, I that's what? I mean, sure, that's fine if you do that, but not everyone does
There's
that.
two kinds of Dylans. There's one where he's.
There's one without drugs and one with wood.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on the good stuff today, which is the Vyvanse, and that's like the stuff with the least symptoms. It costs so much, like it costs extra than the regular.
Wait, so is it just like the normal stuff but with less side effects?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but I think
And they just
You're paying people to feel normal, Dylan.
yeah.
That's awful.
Ah.
So they can get away with just selling like shittier stuff that has a lot of side effects.
Yep. Yeah, and they know it has a lot of side effects, and they still give it to you, which is stupid. But whatever. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I find it just works less, so
I find that too.
has a different effect on me.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
Vyvanse, than the I don't know.
Or
Whatever.
little effect.
Syrup flavored jelly beans. I wonder what that tastes like.
Syrup flavored jelly.
What type of syrup? Like maple syrup?
I feel like
Just
we should
like
get off
sugar
the
water
jelly
syrup?
beans
Like
topic.
maple syrup.
You know, I had
I
a.
feel like we should get off the jelly beans topic.
There was
Like,
It's
you're thinking about it a
I tried.
little
It
too
just got
much.
shut down.
There's this promotional like Tillamook pancakes and syrup flavored ice cream once I had, and it was actually really good because it just tastes like maple bars. Like it just tasted like maple ice cream.
oh,
Yeah, and it was actually a pleasant surprise.
I'm glad.
peanut butter-
I'm glad.
The peanut butter jelly ice cream we also got was not that good,
Yeah. Oh, so
which we thought it was gonna be the other way around, but
saltwater taffy. People make horrific flavors. I had peanut butter.
That
just
would
the
be
other day.
good, I
Doesn't seem
thought.
that
It was
bad.
awful.
Peanuts are salty. Peanuts are good.
But like another peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can taste all of it. The bread. The jelly. And it's like it comes at you. Have you guys seen the newer Willy Wonka? That girl that's like chewing the gum and it's like, or I guess it was an old Willy Wonka. But you can like taste it.
Yeah,
And like so you get bread and then the jelly hits you and then the peanut butter hits you and that's when it go downhill.
Damn.
It's saltwater taffy.
Well,
Like it's either super good or super bad.
we can make like
Are we still good, or has it been off for like 20 minutes now?
We're good. We are good.
like turkey dinner.
What do you?
taffy
Why were you
soup.
smiling then?
Man, I really enjoyed these. The thickening agent in the gravy.
Oh God, you can. Yeah. Just in the thing. Oh God.
Like when it comes in contact with saliva, it grows
God, what the hell?
in your mouth.
What's up,
God.
Sam?
Great.
Great.
No, we're good.
Great.
Okay.
No, actually, we're fine.
Actually, we're good.
Or like coffee grounds.
Wait.
Like, but saltwater taffy.
Okay.
And,
What are
like,
you,
people
Jelly
sell
Belly?
it, like, the fact that there was so much, and the fact that they have to like it's in demand. People want coffee ground saltwater taffy. We must make one.
I thought you were joking.
Do you think I'm no? No, I'm not. I'm serious.
Choke the mic.
I'm
Don't
I'm-
choke the mic, but like
serious.
up high.
Dead arse.
Hey, Sam, we should make a compilation of me telling people to fix their mics. I feel
got
like,
you.
I feel like that'd be good.
I'll
Do it.
just send me
Um,
all the podcasts and all.
Like just like pointed at you.
Oh my god, it
Are
is.
you recording your nostril breathing?
Do you guys like
This isn't the nostril breathing podcast, Aiden.
do you guys
That's
like
for later.
chocolate covered cocoa beans? Cocoa beans.
That's good.
Chocolate covered.
It's,
I love
I think
that.
they're fine, but I have this one friend, right? And he doesn't like coffee at all. But he's like, chocolate flavored Coke. Like, it's kind of weird.
But like after a while,
Oh,
it feels
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's this bubble that like.
Wait,
forms,
cocoa
like-
beans? You mean coffee beans or cocoa beans?
The ones that all have cocaine in it.
Wait, if you could eat one
Coffee doesn't have cocaine in it.
Coffee
I'm-
beans. I meant coffee beans.
Oh, okay.
if you could eat one food, and I don't mean like your favorite meal or whatever, but like if you could eat one food, one raw ingredient for the rest of your life, what would that food be?
And
Vanilla
it would
flowers.
What?
Tulips.
tulips.
The
Pigeons.
flowers that they make vanilla from. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Just all of the time.
You know, I was thinking of, okay, I have another thing I want to talk about that's really related to this in a minute, but,
Cucumbers, because they're like bland as hell, and so
But,
I
like,
feel
you-
like I
you don't get
wouldn't
any-
get sick of their flavor.
Are you allowed to eat other things like salt that you have to
Mm.
survive?
No.
Okay, so
Aiden's
something has to
neck.
have
Like
salt
what?
in it.
Like what would
Sounds
what would
great.
what would keep you alive the longest and make you feel the best that you could?
Like don't
I don't.
the mic
Water.
isn't the mic's
'Cause
not gonna get
there.
offended if you move it up. You can move it up like. No,
Salt and water.
that's good. Good
Salt
job.
and water. Just that? Like you don't need any actual calories. Just salt.
I mean, you're not going to survive very long.
Not-
Wait, what about just meat?
just meat. That's the thing. Is
you
that
need
you can,
salt though, and you can't have salt because
You'd get used to the salt, the natural.
you have to
salt.
have salt to survive though. There's
That's
not much
true. Yeah.
salt in like natural like.
I feel
just,
like
you kill the cow.
we can't
it
take this
steak.
hypothetical seriously. Otherwise, it just ruins the hypothetical.
Yeah.
I just said this to bring up a video that I watched a really long time ago.
Oh,
A guy who ate potatoes for 2 weeks straight. There's this one part of the video. It's a great video. Just look up guy eats potatoes for 2 weeks straight. There's this one part of the video. Like, I think he's like a week in, and there's the camera is shooting down his bathroom, so his bathroom door is open, but it's one of those bathrooms that takes a turn, so the toilet's like there just in case someone walks in, you don't
Yeah.
see them.
Mm-hmm.
So all you just see this, the bathroom, and then just his head and legs like off the toilet, and he's just screaming. Ah!
Yeah.
All the fiber in the potato. Got into it.
Oh no.
So this is an OC idea of mine, so please no steal. And so like I was thinking like I always think about these like random YouTube channels I could start, and this one like it's kind of tempting. I kind of want to do it. So the premise of it is I cook a meal, right? But it's like potato themed meal. So like what do you make? So it's like a hamburger with like potato buns, but instead of the burger, it's a roasted sweet potato like on a grill with like potato sauce of some sort and like some other potato product on. Just like try to make meals out of
Potatoes
like
on-
this
out
is
of
the
one
potato
ingredient.
meal, and then it's like, okay, we're making this thing. This is the
Right.
rice meal. How many rice products can we get in this thing?
How many peach products can we make?
Yeah.
Oh,
And you've got to have like. Yeah. But what list
jelly
of
bean.
Stop.
Just like
What list of there's too many jelly beans. What list of ingredients are you allowed?
like they're potato products? Like okay, that's a potato bun. Like okay, there's stuff other than potatoes. but
Yeah.
it's-
Make
Like it's only
potato
potato.
flour.
Only potato.
I get it, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I had a stupid idea to start a YouTube channel one time. I was like, we should just make
Podcasts.
podcasts, like and live stream them.
That's a dumb idea, dude.
Yeah, but
Cool. So
Gotta try
what do
some
you
stuff.
think about
Also,
Eva? What do you think about?
I was thinking about you could take a potato tortilla, right, and then make
What are they called?
I don't know
No.
tortillas.
potato tortilla,
No.
like right, lay it out,
Tortillas.
put like I don't know, like tater tots, like mashed potatoes inside of it, and like wrap it up. It'd be so bad, but potatoes, man. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be potatoes though. It could be other stuff. It could be like, can you make with
like nuts.
Nuts,
Only
yeah,
nuts.
only nuts.
Oh.
The nut meal. Yeah, we got this peanut sauce on this These cashews.
Okay, people do that though. They just eat nuts now. They have there's all this low carb diet stuff, and so people just
Bugs.
make pastries, but with stuff that has less carbs.
It's like almond donuts.
Almond, like
Oh yeah, like almond flour. Yeah.
yeah, almond flour.
Donuts. Nut donuts. Nut. How's that? Is that called a
Nut
nut
donut?
nut?
Nut. Yeah.
Yes, they'll have these
Yeah.
pastries out of nuts because it's like
Only sauce. It could be like any type of sauce, but it has to be just
A
sauce.
sauce meal. It's like it has to be some sort of cold meal, so you can try to like coagulate one of them into.
it has to be liquids and oils the entire meal.
Oh.
No solids.
Oh, that's a rough one.
'Cause you
Do you
just,
Have you ever
melt all your
tried
food.
drinking olive oil?
Yes.
I think yeah,
It's disgusting.
a little
It's
bit.
gross.
Yeah.
It's not very flavorful.
You'd think it would be better.
like it's good for like
Olive oil jelly beans, guys.
Yes.
Aiden, get
That's
out.
the thing, there's like pasta salads and stuff that use oil like that, and it's good. Like like it's like a lot of vinaigrettes, I guess. But I'm not an expert in pasta salad. But it seems like.
I am actually an expert in
Can you
pasta
talk
salad.
about olive oil on salads?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. You called my bluff.
No, just vegetables cooked in olive oil. You can't really go wrong.
Look what
with
my
that.
mom just sent me.
Oh, that's so. Dylan's mom just sent him a picture of a flamingo.
I got multiple
Fake flamingo.
flamingos in my garage that we're trying to get rid of. Live
Live
flamingo.
flamingo.
It's actually a big liability. No, I have multiple long flamingos we're trying to get rid of.
And
bring 'em
flamingos
here.
do not
Bring 'em here.
breastfeed.
Let's put them in the couch.
We should just fill this whole room up with flamingos,
Hey, hang them in the lights.
right?
Put one in the fish tank.
Is bark
Just floating
edible?
around. What?
Bark?
Bark.
I think
Depends.
so.
Boy Scout. Do you know?
It depends on what it is.
Like just like a meal of bark.
I don't know. I feel like you could like boil cedar bark and probably eat that.
What about poisonous plants? Like I know you can.
Like what? Like stinging
Like,
nettle. You can boil stinging nettle.
Yeah, I know, but
make
like
nettle tea and
only
stuff.
leaves.
Only leaves.
Yeah, like. types
Okay,
of
I'm just gonna think a little bit on this. So like, you can have like mint.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's a meal and use like mint and like palm leaves and a side of cedar tea and yeah, pretty much just a palm leaf with a bunch of mint on the inside of it and then some leaf oil of some sort. No, I'm trying to think if there's any really good leaves that have a good crunch. Cactus, or those leaves though, because there's
Well-
like cactus that actually have like you like grill some cactus. That's the thing, right? I think it is.
Don't
Yeah.
people eat aloe?
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure.
aloe
Yeah.
leaves?
So does that count as it's a leaf? So you could have that. Man, I want.
Oh, we I think I don't remember when this was. But we tricked somebody into eating. There was some aloe, just in a bottle,
Oh.
and but it wasn't actually aloe. It was just like synthetic aloe.
Yeah.
It was just like chemicals and stuff.
What about entire meal?
And so,
Cabbage and like
oh
spinach.
yeah. What are we?
You guys are retarded.
Salad. We're making a salad.
Right.
Forget that leaves.
That's-
People
Yeah,
literally
literally.
ate leaves.
I was thinking abstract. I was.
Yeah, I was
a
like
salad.
trees, like going around like the different trees.
Yeah. What about? It could be any food, but it has to be deep fried. Like what can
butter.
you do like chicken
Butter.
pickles?
100%. Chicken pickles.
Well, pickles like you could deep fry pickles.
Wait, hold on. Why? Okay,
you have, like,
can
a fried bun.
You can deep fry anything.
Right. It's gonna be
Chicken?
Good. It's gonna
Okay,
be a
I see
great
that.
meal.
Pickles.
It's just
So okay, so like
He goes to pickles.
you have to see like your chicken, right? You fry it.
Right.
You get your pickles, you fry them.
Yeah.
You get some sort of fried bun of some sort. I don't know how that would work.
well, donuts are well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like donuts.
How do you keep forgetting that foods exist?
Then, but the hard part would be frying the sauce. I feel like you'd have to like freeze it
Oh yeah.
using using a nitric dry ice, and
Wait, aren't cheese sticks?
you can fry like
Oh, I'm
mozzarella
hungry.
sticks. So that's your cheese. You get mozzarella sticks,
Right.
Except in a square of them. But I don't know how you fry this. Yeah, the sauce might be a little hard.
Can we talk about the podcast setup really quick?
Yeah, what's
so I
up?
can show these pictures.
Do you know how to change the?
Yeah.
Okay,
I got it down. I was practicing.
Nice.
But yeah, talk about it because I'm not on camera.
we've got so we have two like kind of standard lights.
It's much lighter than it was previously, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, we have
We
two
got
kind
some
of
new lights.
standard lights that are they're very dim for the whole room. And then we have like a filming light, one of my dad's old filming lights he doesn't use anymore. Just bright blue light. But it's not. I have to point it up at the ceiling so that it doesn't hurt your eyes. And but recently I installed some full spectrum lights and hung them from the ceiling. I think Dylan can show you some pictures of those.
Yeah. So this is, if you ever want to know why not to hire a 16-year-old as an electrician, unless their name is Sawyer, then this is why. Because look at this monstrosity. That is nails in the ceiling. That is holding up an electrical outlet, not with anything normal, but with hairbands. And
Like, what else would I do though?
Get
I
a
had-
rack. Just
Get
like
Yeah, but I'm not
rack,
gonna spend
like
more
a little-
money on
There's
it.
plenty of things you could have
I
done.
feel
yeah.
so. You know those little holes in the bottom of extension outlets, where it almost looks like the head of a nail could fit in, and then you slide it.
Okay, well, I didn't have one of those. I'm not gonna spend more money. I had hair ties, I had nails, and I had this particular extension cable. And actually, we lucked out because there's because this room used to be a garage, so there's an outlet on the ceiling.
Wow, that is useful, but also dangerous. Okay, and then here's another picture of how he like hung the lights, which just is ridiculous. You can't see this in full resolution, but he's using what kind of clips are those? Why don't you tell us? Those aren't nails
Clips?
that you used. You didn't use nails to hang these.
Oh, they're pins.
Yeah, they're just pins, and they're holding up a fluorescent light that, if it fell down, it would release all of the fluorescent chemicals. I don't know how lights work into the air, and we have probably a great time.
Dylan's fluorescent lighting conspiracy theory.
Chlorine will be released.
Well, no, I mean, whatever. Yeah,
Well,
there are
okay, but
chemicals
the
in
way I
there that
did
you're
it,
not
though-
supposed to freaking inhale.
The way I did it was so they had these chains that are already connected to
By
the
the way,
top.
these are the lights that we had before that weren't working previously as well. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
And so I just I put them closer together, and then pinned them, like, in a way so that if the way that the pressure is gonna come,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the pins aren't gonna slide out. And
Yeah.
even if they were in that direction, the because of the way that the chains are being pushed out because of the light, because they're so high up and close together,
Mm-hmm.
it won't fall
You don't think?
because there are two of them.
Anyone want to
So-
guess what vaporized heavy metals inside of fluorescent lights? Mercury.
Hey,
I
nice.
think.
How do they keep it vaporized, or it's just the electricity?
I
Or
think
what?
that's. I don't know.
Did
spent
I
like-
just? Cool. I screwed it up. I screwed up the bit.
What did you do?
I forgot. It just didn't work for some reason. So that's great.
Are we still live streaming though?
We are still live streaming though.
Then what did
How
you
about
do?
now?
Are you just trying things and seeing if we're still live streaming?
Never mind. Anyway, this
That's
is
not
the
a-
hairband thing, and this is just dangerous. This is how the light fixture is suspended. If that works, which hopefully it does.
I was looking at the
We'll see if it does.
edible leaves list on Wikipedia, and it's like curiosity. And the first one is China jute, and it says observations. The taste is good, but since the texture of the leaves is cloth-like and not crisp, it's not suitable for being eaten raw. Cloth-like. Yum.
Wait, what leaf is that again?
Jute leaves.
Jute.
I thought you said Jew.
Or I like this one, climbing wattle. Or wattle. Common marshmallow, what? It's an esculent vegetable among the ancient Romans. A dish of marshmallow was one of their delicacies. What? I'm going down a rabbit hole. I clicked the link and it just went to the Wikipedia page on eating. So that's not what I'm looking for.
Aiden, do you have any talents?
No.
No? I mean, I'm not talking about like a juggle for us. I mean talents as in like you're born with some something
I
that
can
you're...
shake my eyes.
Oh, yeah, you can okay, you can vibrate your eyes,
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, it's not really a talent. It's just a monster. I mean,
Right.
it's creepy. It's weird. I don't have any like hidden talents.
Like there's not something that you're innately
When I
just
get really
kind of-
hungry, I'll do anything for food.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's a talent.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't get hungry that much.
When I get stuff in my throat, I'll cough. It's really good for getting stuff out of your throat.
Alex, do you have any talents?
I think I talked to him before. My ear's like weird. This one ear's like can fold in, the other one doesn't. Wait. Yeah, there you go. Like,
Like, I mean, besides strange bodily functions.
Wait, you're like missing tissue, right? Is that what you said?
yeah, it's like the cartilage is just like broken. It's just like it cracked at some point. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know if people have an inherent. I don't know anything about like talking about inherent talents you're born with. I don't know enough about that other than. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's really. I don't know how much of a thing that is, or if the only talent you're born with is intelligence, is your IQ potential.
Is that true?
I don't know.
How much of IQ is nature versus nurture?
It's all both. There's both in it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about that type of stuff.
Also, so retards can have a high IQ, right?
Yeah, like high functioning.
Don't use that word to like describe those people. Just don't.
Oh,
It's the liberal in me coming out.
nice.
Okay.
What are the
Mentally challenged?
mentally?
Like I don't know, cause like I have things.
But there are people that are mentally challenged that aren't.
Mentally, what do you mean?
Okay, so like how
Mentally
do we...
disabled means that it's like they have like Down syndrome or something like that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so like I don't know, like there's things I can do, but all the things I can do are learned skills. Like I don't think I was in like I think I'm decent at painting miniatures. I don't think I was a skill I was born with like painting. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay,
think it's all
instead
learned
of
skills.
instead of that question, was there any like I want to say privileges, but that word has been corrupted. Was there anything granted to you that isn't usually granted to almost everyone else that ended up you having like a skill that almost seemed like a talent from a young age? Like my parents, they like made me play trumpet. Not made me, but like they really heavily encouraged it. They made me play trumpet since I was like 5. And so it seems like I'm naturally talented at trumpet, but really I was just like pushed on it as a kid and now I'm pretty good. Like, is there anything like that?
I don't know. I was encouraged to do scouts when I was young, but other than that, no.
I feel like
That was still my choice. So and I could leave whenever. So I don't think so.
Any opportunities granted to you?
Yeah, that was it. I mean, all the other things I'm interested in are all things that I found on my own.
That anyone else could have found?
Do you think you should force your kids to do sports?
absolutely not.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
Well, okay.
When I was
Maybe.
when I was younger, I
Now
always
I'm like thinking.
I always thought that I should be doing sports, but whenever I thought about joining it, I was like, but there've already always been kids on the team, and I'm never gonna, I'm just gonna be that guy who's not as good at it, right? And
You
I
need
d-
to
like,
have that
when I was-
experience. It's really beneficial to have that experience of being the guy that's not that good.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's beneficial to your personality. And in reality, as long as you give a crap, you're not going to be that guy. That's the worst.
A lot of hair there. I'm gonna get it off the table.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should force your kids to do sports.
I think maybe I did a lot of sports when I was little.
Why?
I think a lot of it is because I guess I was forced to.
Yep.
My family
you
did. I
benefited
did
from it.
6 years of baseball, 6 years of basketball,
Damn.
5 years of soccer, and then I'm going. This is my second year of lacrosse.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at lacrosse.
Yeah.
So I know that feeling of like being the
Right.
worst guy. Like I know I'm bad, and which I mean I'm fine with. It's fun, anyway. I enjoy it, but there is a little bit to it. It's definitely changed my perspective on those people that are when you like, let's say, or for example, when I played soccer, I was generally pretty good at soccer.
Yeah.
Kind of. I lost my skills since, and also I was younger, so I mean everybody was probably just picking flowers and shit.
We should play. That's
Okay.
sometime. I love
When
soccer.
it's not raining.
Yeah, when it's not raining. Well, in England we would play.
But
all the time.
That's because
Even when it
always
was.
rains
That's true. Yeah.
in England. Yeah.
you'd see those
We
kids
didn't
that are
even need
like
a soccer ball.
doing
We would use
the
rocks.
best, and then they'd always kind of get put down. But I mean, I was never the person that did that. I always found myself like there's this kid that was homeschooled a lot. He was very, very socially awkward. But I found out how to have fun. He was very, very aggressive. He wasn't like, besides that,
Well, yeah, because he's homeschooled.
right? But he was almost like to a level of berserk. Like he'd get down on all fours and he'd scream.
Damn.
And he was a really cool guy. He
Was he
wasn't the
native?
best.
No, I'm kidding.
No, he was very, very white.
So this is gonna be the liberal in me coming out. What the hell, Dylan?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
He wasn't the best on the
Same
team,
wavelength.
but like he was still a lot of fun. So I always enjoyed having him. Like when I was playing like midfield, I would always love having him play midfield. Maybe because he was just good at intimidating
Yeah.
people and screaming, and like
Yeah.
it was great. But I don't know. I feel like even if there is the worst guy on the team, they've always got something
Yeah.
going for him.
There's always something.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, playing sports as a kid, like a kid's default is gonna be, I have what I'm comfortable and I like it, so why should I do anything else?
Right.
And if you never push them,
Right.
that's how
'Cause
they'll become.
When I've grown up, my parents didn't push me to do things. I'm not gonna, whatever. It's not, whatever. But when I started to do things where I was
Too much order.
on the kind of the bottom of the rung, because anything I did do, I was gonna be good at it, because otherwise I wouldn't do it.
That's a bad.
Yeah, and I was always like that.
This is evidence of him overcoming that.
And so I did jujitsu the other year,
Mm-hmm.
and it was nice because I was at the bottom. Everybody was better than me.
Yeah.
Anyone give one person in that room, they could have beat me up.
Yeah, we even ran into one of your the guy.
Oh,
one
that
of the
was
guys
fun.
you used to roll with,
Yeah.
as they say, don't they? The
Yeah, yeah.
jujitsu people.
Yeah, we had a gig at a church on, yeah, and
This was me, Sam, and a girl named Mary. So that's Mary's a bassist, Sam's a saxophone player, I'm a trumpet player. Yeah.
and yeah, we just played some really god awful jazz for a bunch of old people who liked it because they're old people. And
Just turn the hearing aids off. Oh, sorry, AirPods.
right, and but no, we were in rehearsal, and then this guy comes over that was at the jiu-jitsu school that I used to go to, and turns out not only does this guy do jiu-jitsu, but he's also like he's in 5th grade. No, sorry, was it 5th grade?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but he's a prodigy at guitar.
Maybe not. No. I think he was closer to our age than he seemed. He was homeschooled, so he wasn't super mature. But he's I think he was in 7th grade, maybe
Something-
7th or 6th grade.
No, he's 12, right? So yeah, somewhere in there.
Well, he
5th
was
grade is too young.
he was 13 when we played.
So
Oh
sixth
no,
grade.
he was 12. You might be right. Yeah, he was 12. He was 12.
6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade.
Okay. Anyway, so but he was prodigal guitar player. So I've heard
Nice.
from Mary. We didn't actually hear him play.
Prodigal.
Oh,
Awesome.
We didn't- we didn't hear him play guitar, but he also played violin, and he never played jazz before. but we were playing some jazz, and so we just gave him the chord sheets, and he just started playing along with us, and he was actually really good, and I don't know, it was kind of cool that just the spontaneity of him coming up and playing violin with us, even though you don't really play violin.
Oh yeah, his name was John, and
Shout out to John.
He
He's
was in
dope.
7th grade and not homeschooled, but hippie schooled, so kind of homeschooled. He's in I'm forgetting the name of the program.
Options.
Options, that's it. Yeah. He's in options. How do you know?
What was that piece for?
Hippie school.
It's hippie school.
It's true. There he
Yeah.
is. There which is.
Would
A lot of sailors.
Jesus
A lot
send
of
his
people I
kids to
still in
hippie
high
school?
school went to options.
That doesn't surprise me.
Nah, he'd send him to trade school.
trade school?
Who? What?
Jesus would
Jesus.
send
So the
his kids to
carpenter.
trade.
Yeah, he was a carpenter. So
True, actually. Yeah, he did go.
Wait,
to trade
actually,
school.
no. I looked this up. Jesus,
Oh, God.
there's a bunch of different accounts.
College
There's actually a
dropout.
micro.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't say what Jesus did in the Bible. 'Cause
Oh.
there are lots of things that, like, the original symbol for Christianity was a fish
Mm-hmm.
because Jesus was a fisherman, but
Yeah.
he was a carpenter
He was
though.
a
He wasn't
carpenter.
a fisherman.
Was he? I don't know.
But it doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. So there are just all these different conceptions that people have about what he was.
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know what he did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, Jen is saying he's not a prodigy. He practices.
There's that. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, not much else to do, I would imagine. But yeah, that's the thing is if you don't make your kids do sports, and you leave them alone in a room with a guitar and the internet.
No, if you leave them alone in the room with the internet, they don't touch the guitar.
That's probably true.
Which is why you have to say,
Yeah,
you either
actually, he
take away
probably
the
doesn't
internet.
have-
You
doesn't
either
have
take away the
internet, now I
internet,
think about
or
it.
you
yeah.
go,
You
hey,
just leave him in
play
the room with a guitar and some
Take
I
him
don't
to
know
guitar
records
lessons.
or something. Yeah, and they get pretty good at guitar or violin, but they're not very good at
Or
playing.
if you go
in
to
groups.
normal people's school, you just get good at video games.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
not denying that.
but also talking to people, which is good.
That's
Yeah, that's
also
something-
talk to people.
I feel like my parents did really well on is making me very not socially awkward.
Oh, and apparently, yeah, his parents did make him play guitar.
There you
So
go.
yeah, parents should force their kids to do stuff.
If you want your kids to be good at something, and if you
I don't know. I got forced to do a lot of things I didn't like to do, and like some of them are beneficial. It's like,
Yeah, stop. The sacrilegious.
like I don't
podcast.
know. Like there were some things where it's like my dad had a drum set, and he's like, "Oh, you should play the drums." I'm like, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't really care that much about it. So I kind of did it for a couple of years, and I just didn't really practice because I wasn't that interested in it, and
Yeah.
it just seemed kind of a waste for the most part.
Right.
But like with wrestling, I chose to do it myself, and I've got a lot out of that because I wanted to do it, and it was like something I wanted to do. But I don't know. There was plenty of like sports and stuff I did as a kid that I sucked at, and it was kind of like, yeah, it's kind of fun to go there, but it was never super serious. And I don't know.
I wish basic like trade jobs were more. Well, so like we're always talking about sports, right? It's always like football, soccer, basketball. It's like why don't we do things that actually mean stuff, but it's also fun? Blacksmithing,
Right.
woodworking.
Right. Yeah.
Blacksmithing's fun.
I love
Blacksmithing's so much
blacksmithing.
I
fun.
love blacksmithing too. And there's a school that I wanted because I was thinking about this the other day. You, Kale, and I, we should go do a class.
It's
Agreed.
fun. Yeah, it's
I
a lot of
love
fun.
I loved blacksmithing for the year that
Oh
I
my
did
God.
it.
Yeah, it was amazing. Even
I
though you,
burnt my
burned your
face.
chin.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! We're at a scout camp once. And we were doing a blacksmithing weekend, and we're making some knives, and so like we're under like a covered area, right? So it was sunny outside, but it was all in the shade where we're at, so you can it's not as hot, and so you can see the metal and stuff when it's red.
Right.
And we're working on the edge of it where there's like the sun was starting to come in,
Right.
Because the sun was going down, and so the area we're in, this anvil my friend was on was it had light on it, so you couldn't tell how hot the metal was.
Oh no.
And someone
Oh no.
he left a piece of metal there and
Of
grabbed
course.
it red hot,
Ah.
full hand.
Oh.
And I've done stupid stuff like that before. Like I burnt my hand really bad on a brick once.
Yeah.
So I used to have this old little forge that I made in the backyard, and there was a brick I needed to move, and I'm like, oh, it's not that hot. I didn't really get it started yet. Like, I went to start a fire, and then I stopped it, and then I was gonna change it around, and it was a very hot brick.
Right.
But no, it was rough. I saw like no, he just picks it up like, ugh.
You could see it in slow motion.
Yeah.
Oh, his hand was in the
geez.
middle, like when it hit, it barely touched your chin.
It did.
It was this massive, like not
Gash.
massive, but it was gross.
It was large and big and gross.
Not good.
Kind of hurt as well.
Who all did the blacksmithing thing? I know it was Kale, you and I. It was that was
Were you doing this through
public school.
middle
Mr.
school?
Eaton.
Yeah, I did it in middle school
Mr.
as well.
Eaton was such a great middle school tech.
That was a
teacher.
lot of fun. Yeah, no, I did it.
There's a reason why I say middle school tech teacher, because
Yeah.
he was good at being a middle school
school.
tech teacher.
Yeah, I think
He
that was
wouldn't have survived in elementary school or high school or as any other teacher.
No, I think it's a really good thing is like having more programs for like youth that like, you know, I want to learn something, but I don't want to learn a sport. I want to learn how to like make something. And it's having kind of
A
recreational
reason to be social.
Yeah, I want to turn it.
People
it's
need
like
more
this
of a
into,
reason
like,
to be social
sword.
than sports, because it seems like there's the sporty kids that are social, and then there's the rest.
Yeah.
There's like some
And it's
other,
Like people who have to make podcasts to talk with people. Like what the hell, right? Well, I really like Aiden's idea of it's you could because it seems like people go through school and the thing that the most people get excited about is sports.
Well, that's what I
You
really
do
like
sports,
about,
but how many of those people actually go into doing sports when they're older?
Yeah.
no, that's what I really liked about sailing was that like it was sport as it was extracurricular that had more than just the racing to it. There's a whole other part of it. There's a whole culture to it, and
Yeah.
a whole bunch
Like
of,
there's a
whole
whole.
bunch of other stuff to it as well.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just getting involved in a community
Mhm.
and not just getting involved in a sport in that sports.
I guess
community.
band is like that.
Yes,
but-
exactly. Yeah, band is.
Yeah. Well, someone I know, someone's dad, who I'm not allowed to mention, they like to call it a cult. They whenever there's like a community, they're like it's a cult, and so like he's like, yeah, band's a cult, you know, football's a cult. And I'm like, well, yeah, kind of.
Have you guys?
I mean,
heard
it's a
what
community, right? It's like soccer moms cult.
Have you heard of the Armored Combat League?
No.
It's like
Okay.
the Knights type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So blacksmithing and like the Armored Combat League kind of go hand in hand. Something I would love to do. I know it's like the most nerdy, geeky thing in the world, but
Yeah.
like imagine making your own armor, leatherworking, and
It's so much
metal.
work. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of work. It's totally a lot of work.
And
then
keeping
creating
your virginity the whole time.
creating
Staying
your weapon.
celibate, dude.
'Cause, like-
keep that promise ring fastened on.
I don't know. It's just something that like you can on the side job just do regular metalworking, but you can also you got your hobby that also ties back to it. And I don't know, it keeps you fit. First of all, you've got to be tough, or you'll just get thrashed around.
Yeah.
and beaten the crap out of.
Well, you probably will anyway, but you
Oh
have
yeah,
to be
but like
tough.
it'll be worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Jeez.
yeah,
Do they fight with swords?
it's dulled. They're
Okay.
pieces of metal though.
Yeah,
that
that sounds like
they
it
make and then they
hurts a bit.
dull. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the maces especially. It's a stick with just a
Maces.
rock.
Oh.
Yeah, and so you gotta
So,
create.
so then does your armor that you spent so long working on just get destroyed?
It does get destroyed, and you have to fix it. And that's what's fun about it.
Everyone's like
there's
running around
You
like
better make good armor.
all
Yeah.
these riveted plates on their armor and stuff.
That
Yeah.
sounds illegal.
It's not. 'Cause
It's like Fight Club.
Obviously, a whole bunch of guidelines.
I guess.
They have a TV show. It's called Night Fight. So if you're ever interested, watch it. It is the top tier Armor Combat League guys running around beating the crap out of each other. And they're like, in the rounds are 90 seconds, and these guys are just winded. It's so much work.
Well, I mean, oh, yeah.
And they're all like
Fighting.
6'4", 280 pounds.
Oh,
and then
wow.
occasionally there's a guy that's like 5'6". He runs around with a little axe.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's the one guy, he like almost made it to the championship. and a lot of these guys, it's like, it's not even weapon. A lot of them is like martial combat. Like the kicking, punching. Like whenever you're getting in a scrum, you put your foot between the guy's legs and then pull him out from under and stuff like that. Or there's this one guy, this really tall guy. He was probably the spookiest one. He had like all black armor. His helmet had a face on it.
Damn, that's spooky.
He would like take his head, just start ramming it in.
Yeah.
Or like he got somebody down over on his back, and he had his back and his head just kind of like open, and he just started smashing the back of his head. Like this is intense shit, and people
intense.
get hit in the head with just metals, and there's like dents and crap all over. But it's just, it's
Sounds
so
like
cool.
MMA
but
for nerds.
it totally is.
I mean,
but
I
it's
appreciate that.
really cool, and that's something. I mean, I plan on going into it.
That's dope.
I'm
That is dope.
serious.
I mean, yeah, if you like it, that's dope.
Is there a scene in Seattle for that?
Oh, there's gotta be.
It's Seattle, man. It's weird.
Seattle's
enough.
got everything.
Yeah.
You got your
Not
heroin
LARPing.
addicts, you got your meth addicts, you got your street fighters.
Don't get LARPing and Armored Combat League mixed up, because LARPing is the actual nerds throwing pine cones at each other.
Oh, there was this great. I watched this like I think it was like when Vice was still good. They made a LARPing documentary.
Vice is still good.
They still make some really cool.
Vice
stuff.
They make some
Their politics
amazing
are
documentaries.
just-
Their politics,
They're
though.
very clickbaity.
But they had
The
this
articles are bad. Their documentary's good.
they had this one about this like 20-minute. It was a great watch about this LARPing community in like somewhere in the northeast. I think it was like New Jersey or something like that.
Mhm.
And
There's a big one in Missouri.
yeah, there's this girl and she plays a rogue, and she's like because of LARPing, I got really into getting in shape because I finally found something. And she's just like, I go to the gym 3 days a week just to train for LARP. Is this kind of funny?
sounds like something you'd find in
But it's like-
TLC.
Is this something that like she really got into? And it's like
Good for
a
her.
reason to improve her life for her hobby, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of funny though, just like, you know, I do it for the. It was funny seeing the casters, like people like casting spells, like, oh, I'm blessed, I'm giving your shield a +1.
Yeah.
That was what was really funny. Like, I mean, because the other guys are like, okay, they're fighting, and there's like the politics, and like they go screw around in a bar. They have like a big like meeting hall bar type thing there, and that was cool. But like the casters like doing ceremonies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they do that.
jeez.
They
Hey, I
run
hate
their-
you. Come on.
Yeah. It's but yeah,
That's how
don't
it
get
chipped my
LARPing
tooth.
live action role play and
Maybe I should
Armored
go to
Combat
like.
League.
Maybe I should get into like fitting like LARPing halls with like tables and stuff. Like, like it seems like you need this here, some shields for your wall. I think that's what I should get into.
If one thing nerds have, it's cash.
That's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I don't know. That's what I thought about before. Like, I see these like D&D groups that like put on a presentation, like the ones that are like kind of a show, and like maybe I should try to sell like shields and plaques to put on their wall.
Definitely.
That'd be cool.
That's a market.
That'd be a cool
Yeah.
job. Yeah, no steal.
For a while, my dad was actually getting into LARPing. He didn't know about he'd probably like Armored Combat League more, but he was making samurai armor. So it was a leather, and then he took these little plastic plates and he tied them together. Actually, I have a picture.
Oh, I have so many hobbies already. You don't talk about cool stuff like this.
Yeah, it is.
My friend Trevor, he is really into making armor.
I would do it if I could.
He made a bunch of stuff.
I'm serious.
I
Wow,
think
damn,
you
that's
should.
commitment
I
right
think you
there.
should actually.
Like I thought Dylan going to see that dog every day was commitment, but Aiden dropping video games.
I would
for
drop video
LARPing.
games to start blacksmithing and doing Armored Combat League.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I-
I'd sell my computer. Not even joking.
I wish my parents trusted me. They probably won't let me do blacksmithing.
Really?
I mean, I think I've asked, but it's just like, you want to do blacksmithing? That's like
It's so cool.
There's
it is
fire
you're taking literal metal
and
turning
hot
it into
metal.
Something.
Yeah.
Like you get a little piece of metal like this,
it's really satisfying.
then like a couple days later it's a sword. And it's like
I need another thing other than music because
blacksmithing.
I don't know. I've
Here it is.
been going too hard with that recently.
that. He made that.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Show the webcam.
Should I put that on? Oh, I wasn't supposed to see. No, I'm kidding.
All right, now we're
Yeah,
just
that's
talking
cool.
about a picture that people can't see. So
Yeah.
I'll show.
Show, don't tell. Just kidding. It's not. You can tell and show.
So
Nice.
yeah, my dad
Better.
created this. They can't hear me.
in
Here, I'll show you.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. So these little plates and then the leather. This.
That's cool.
so it's just a bunch of like, little metal plates stitched together. That's like kind of like chainmail, but like without chains. It's just
Plate mail.
like plate mail.
No. No. Okay, so plate mail, chain mail is very heavy. It is very good against slashing, not very good against blunt and piercing, I think.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, because like an archer or an arbulus. People use crossbows.
Oh,
Something like that.
something like that. I'll look it up.
They would, if you're wearing chainmail, the crossbow, it'll either hit you and go through, or it'll pierce you a little bit and then pop off. Plate mail is very good against blunt slashing, maybe piercing.
There's like
Plate or chainmail, and then plate on top is probably the best you can get. And then the reason I think the samurai or Ronin could get away with wearing all that is because their metalworking was garbo. The reason they had like 8 swords on them is because they broke all of the time, and also the wood they used was very, very strong.
wait, okay. Katana steel though is actually really good.
Well, I heard, and I've read somewhere too that like some of their metalworking was really bad.
I love that. I heard and I read somewhere too.
Fuck off. Here, let me find it.
Someone faxed it to me.
Yeah, one of my coworkers.
Yeah.
He told me this over a beer.
Hey, y'all should follow me on fax.com.
Is that a thing? Can you just like?
No.
It's like a new social media. You just instead of getting like a snap or from Snapchat.
I want faxes to come
I got a
back.
fax. Got a fax on my
Why is
phone.
we use even more paper? Have more paper lying around?
That's a good point, actually. That's probably a bad idea. It's a waste of trees.
It's just a waste of like space in your house having paper everywhere.
I think electricity is a waste of nuclear energy. Like we could be, like moving Earth with our nuclear energy.
Nope.
Like just rocket.
Don't think we could, actually.
Probably not.
Let's cool this bitch down. We're moving her away from the sun.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a health
Yeah, I
hazard.
think people, as far as global warming goes, I think people are going in the wrong direction. Like literally, like we should just be moving Earth away from the sun. That.
Literally moving Earth away from the sun.
Yeah, I think that would solve our problem with global warming.
Definitely. Just isn't that some fact?
Go further and
Well,
further
never
away
mind.
from the problem.
Yeah.
Give us more time in the year to destroy the Earth.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, seems like the conversation has naturally come to an end, unless you have something to add.
You see, there was
No.
this UK political party that formed called like the Independent Group or something like that.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And they changed their name to the Change UK Party, and
I think so.
which is so like their whole idea is like we want to stay in the EU, but the Change UK Party, its abbreviation is CUCK. This is kind of funny. I saw that. I'm like,
Should we end on that?
that's all I got.
We
That's
should.
all,
You know what we
folks.
should do?
What?
So what? Dylan, you wanted us to make a compilation of you adjusting people's microphones,
A little bit.
and I want someone to make a compilation of Dylan trying to end the podcast.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
At that point,
I got a new hobby. I just started a new hobby 2 days ago.
I did ending podcasts. Just
Bonsai. Like my dad read was
Growing
like,
bonsai.
yeah, my dad
Bonsai?
read was
Nice.
like, I'm gonna start a bonsai tree. I'm like, okay, cool. So you got another one. I'm like, yeah, I'll do one too. So
Yeah, I've always been really interested in that.
got a little
It's-
tree,
it's-
got this
Bonsai
little,
wood is cool.
this little pine, and I started shaping it and training it, and it looks pretty cool.
They were
but-
brittle. They were so hard that they were brittle.
Sorry, what
Alright,
are
I'm
you
done.
talking about?
So they hold, so they're hard. So they hold a edge well.
Right.
But hitting other hard things is not good for them. But slicing through necks.
Right, yeah.
Hmm.
That's why
Okay,
they're curved.
back to the calmness of bonsai trees.
So, but the one thing that's really cool, I haven't deep dived into it, but I want to get a couple more trees. I think it was fun trimming it and training it.
I think I saw something about like how they do bonsai trees. So you just start with like a tiny little tree,
Yeah.
and then throughout its whole life, you just gently shape it,
Yeah, you use like wire to move it. Like,
that's cool.
and you keep the roots small so that it doesn't grow too fast and
Mhm.
get too big. Yeah. So it's just
there's different ways of stunning it, like high alkaline soil and stuff like that.
right.
But just, yeah, usually like people use wire or like a string to like, oh, I'll move the branch more this way.
Hmm.
So you like tie like a string on the branch into something else, so it pulls it that way.
For
and
like
it grows in.
a week,
No, for like months.
months.
Yeah, bonds.
Well, for
It's like
small ones, but for the big ones, for like lifetimes.
yeah, no, they're multi-generational trees out. There's many multi-generational trees, especially like in like China and Japan and stuff. That there's like passed down trees.
And I was
crazy.
trying to grow lettuce in my room, like for, you know, like a light, and I
Yeah.
had yeah. Anyway, so like some full spectrum light, and there's some water that had nutrients in it, and then lettuce, and it just died. Like I didn't take care of it enough or something.
That was it. It's not even like you don't know why it died. You just didn't take care of it.
like it's more like I don't know why it died because I wasn't taking care of it.
Oh.
Because I wasn't like paying enough attention.
Yeah.
Well, like all the trees we have, we'll just leave outside, make sure they're watered, and trim them every few months.
Right.
Like, but no, what's really cool though is that
Well, I stopped watering my thing and I didn't turn on the lights anymore, and it looked the same. So something was wrong.
there's like a garden in Gorse, of all places in Gorse. There's a bonsai garden there, and it's actually, yeah, like you can see the shipyard from it. It's like on the water. I'm like, how did I not know? It's like by Mattress Ranch.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's like, and it's super cool there. It's like there's a whole bunch of old wooden boats there that like people just left around. There's like all these like a giant thing of trees and like wooden sculptures and like ponds and stuff. It's really
You
cool.
should pick all of your hobbies based on one block that you like, overlooking the water. So there are mattresses, there are bonsai trees, there's a boatyard. Just
It's in mattresses?
Now you
Get
need
into
to get
mattresses.
into mattresses.
I think mattresses are a ploy for money laundering.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this later. I definitely agree with that. So what's cool though was
Maybe-
just like
well, yeah.
there were like trees that were like he had like that he so some of the trees that he knew the age of, like they're like from like 800-year-old trees and stuff. It's
Damn.
cool. And some of them were like
How big were they?
some of them were like just like that tall,
No.
and then some of them were
Wow.
like
800.
like this, but then spread out a lot. But like really thick trunks, even though they're only like a couple feet tall. There was a big range depending on what type of
Extra
tree they
thick.
were. Like some of them were a couple feet tall, some of them were like just like a foot tall. It was really cool. But I guess he was he was in the Korean War, and when he had downtime, he just go around and like pick seeds and stuff,
Nice.
and then brought them home and sprouted them. And a lot of the trees are from that, and then a lot of other trees are just like some guy dies, like I'll take your tree, or like stuff like that, or some guy's like
So-
you can have this tree for the garden.
It was kind of like the family sword. But a
Yeah,
tree.
there's trees like that. Yeah,
That's
Hey.
cool.
people go out.
Because
and,
everyone has a family sword.
they go out in like the mountains, like Montana and
Oh, yeah.
stuff, and like hunt around for trees that have good potential.
Just to kill
like
the
on
weak.
rock slabs. It's kind of cool. But it was a cool little place, and it was like they had like a store like connected to it with had like it was like one of those stores where it just had a whole bunch of random cool stuff like stuffed pheasants and like bonsai trees for sale and like crystal medicine and stuff. It was like all I had like a
When
little
you
bit,
started that,
I had a whole bunch of everything there,
crystal medicine.
like
Yeah.
healing crystals.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but it just sounds.
It was just
kind
it was a cool little place. It was just very different from the rest of Gorse, is what it was. But they had the first Polsbo boat I've seen in the wild there. There was an old boat, like I'm like, that looks familiar. Like I'm like looking it over, like pull up my phone, like, yeah, it's a Polsbo. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I've never seen a Polsbo outside of the one that we have in the shop that's getting finished up. So that's cool.
We should discuss money laundering mattress ranch next time, because we should do a little more research on it and have like photos and like evidence and stuff. That way we can like really explore it.
So next time, everybody, we're doing the science fair, with like economics based
Economic
science fair. So we're gonna get in front of the webcam. We're just gonna have this table lined out, and everybody bring poster board, and we'll have a fun time.
Dope. It's gonna be
Okay,
great.
I'll be behind the camera.
No, I have too much. Yeah. I don't know. It's a cool little thing I'm getting into, and I think it's
Cool.
very wholesome.
Yeah.
I like plants. I like fish.
I like boats.
I like boats.
When we were setting up the podcast, we had fun fact for you behind the scenes. We had to balance the camera on Aiden because he's so white that he just reflected everything and overexposed the camera, and so we had to kind of just do everything around that.
The
So
camera being the webcam that we can't actually change the exposure for.
that's true.
So we were just changing the gamma.
we were trying to, because everyone knows what the gamma
It's
is.
just the amount of white.
Oh, the amount. Okay.
The amount of white. in the
Oh.
Gamma.
picture.
Actually, I have something that was actually kind of funny involving bonsai. So I was like trimming this tree, right? It's at night. It's like I have it indoors on the coffee table, trimming it on a towel, and it's getting sap in my hands. Like I finish it up, like okay, I want to go wash my hands. So I go to the bathroom. We have like this soap that has like pumice and stuff in it. So it's like really good to get like grease, and stuff like that off. But it was a new bottle, and it said just twist the top to open, right? So I'm like manhandling it, and it didn't pull out the little plunger. It just twisted off the top itself, and like I have one hand like on it, just squeezing it, so soap went flying everywhere, and like all over the walls and like my shirt and stuff. So I cleaned it up, and like okay, I need to wash this shirt and like spray it and stuff. And I go to I put it in the washer, go to close the door, and the washer door just breaks. Like the little piece that this like connects into the door, it latches on, just like breaks off. I'm like, nice. Okay, cool. I went to go wash my hands, and I ended up breaking the washer door.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had an extra one. We had a little because this happened before, but I don't know. I was just like, yeah. I just want to trim my tree. Why'd I have to break the washing machine?
Sweet. Well,
I got through everything I wanted to talk about. That's why I tried to end it a while ago.
Well,
Nice.
maybe other people have things they want to talk about.
I didn't think of that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe Dylan.
That's
Can
so
you-
open-minded of you,
Forgive me.
Dylan.
I'm sorry.
Did anybody else have anything else to talk about?
We should get a forge in the backyard.
You guys, you want my
Agreed.
forge?
You have a forge?
Yeah.
You have a forge that you're giving away,
I
will take it.
or
you kn-
giving to us for a low price.
Cool. I'm gonna end the podcast, and
Cool.
you guys
Yeah.
can discuss logistics of that.
Bye, guys.
No, wait. We should have an
Au revoir.
ending thing, like a thing we do at the end of each podcast.
Think of it real fast, and then
Um,
end the podcast.
no, that's a bad idea. We shouldn't do that.
Cool, fun stuff. All right, is this microphone on? Yeah, nice. See you next time. Probably 2 weeks.
Hopefully, maybe on a weekday. Follow us at what's on Instagram? I don't even
Flam stew.
I don't even know it. Okay, Flamstew, that's it. Follow us at Flamstew on Instagram. Subscribe. Turn on notifications so you know when we're gonna go live. And we'll see you